Hi everybody! Hi every spirit, welcome very much to the channel. Ezo is here. Today we are going to cast some Age of Empires 4 games right before the DLC arrives. It will arrive in 4 days. I know, we were waiting for so long. We have great news about the new civilizations. Also we have new balance changes, which a lot of people didn't enjoy. Of course, I didn't enjoy much the HRE changes, but I understand the point. I understand why they are changing it, because they want HRE to play in a different way. But I think they have to nerf Akan Chapel before they do all those changes, because it's just going to be way more broken. But I understand what they want to do. They want to make HRE more unique and different. They don't want HRE to be so much Sorry guys, I was taking a call. Welcome. Welcome everybody. Yeah, I understand that they want to make HRE less dependent on that one playstyle that they always had, which was like Akan Chapel, Relics, Schwabia. They did nerf Schwabia, which is really good, which I think it shouldn't be cheaper. Anyway, a lot of people are saying that, like Schwabia, for how much value it gives, it shouldn't be cheaper. Because if you think about it, HRE already has so much value on Akan Chapel, 40% more eco. If they can get relics to double value on relics, and then cheaper Imperial Age into three town centers with cheaper villagers, it's just too much value, right? But I think they understand it, and I think they're making changes towards an HRE that it's less one playstyle, and they want to make it more versatile, because if you can make mini Akans in Castle Age, you are more not, yeah, you are more incentivized into going mineward, but that's not true. Like, everybody will go Akan Chapel anyway, because AoE4 is a way more defensive and economical game. So you have great economy, right? You can just get way better value. So welcome to stream everybody. Of course, we're gonna need buffs for Japan as well, and for Ottomans and Mongols, because if we don't, they're just gonna be like following behind the new civs. It's what we call power creep that happens in all games that have a long lifetime. The new things, the new civs, the new heroes in League, the new Pokemon in Pokemon, they'll always be stronger. Not because of their stats in itself, but because of new dynamics, new mechanics, new metas, right? So, like, Japan, bro, I don't know how they buff HRE before they buff Japan. Like, I would really enjoy to talk with the developer and ask them those questions. Because I really don't understand. Like, they can make HRE more up to date, but they have to, bro, they have to make Mongols, Ottomans, and Japan good as well. Like, come on. Right, it just makes no sense that they're buffing a very strong civ already. And we have to look at the HRE changes and see that it's not a buff. It's an attempt to make them more unique and versatile. Which I completely agree. I completely agree it is. But it will not work like that because of what I said. Because the game benefits so much defensive and eco playstyle, almost nobody will make mine work. They will make Akan, they will make Regnitz. Regnitz will work as mini Akan, and sometimes when I complain on stream that HRE is too broken, people sometimes would say, oh, but Akan Chapel don't reach all resources, which in most maps is not true. In most maps, the resource that it doesn't reach is stone, but now it will be, that problem will be out of the picture. Now, literally, it will reach every resource. Right? Yes, you have to pay for the technology. Yes, you have to make monasteries. Yes, you have to make prelates. But with the Akan power in Feudal Age, you're going to have all the resources you need. What can happen is, because now you have more decisions, right? HRE has more decisions to make now. players will make more mistakes, especially if they're not top players, because that's the reason why HRE have a low win rate, which is not true actually. I was watching Beastie's live stream yesterday and he was checking the win rate of HRE and it's not the lowest, not even close. But the reason why below Conqueror it's low, and even at Conqueror, it's because players try that one build order all the time, so they make mistakes. And now that there are more choices to be made, there will be more mistakes and that you will be more punished. So that's a way to look at things, and I think we should totally look at the HRE changes as a way to make the game more versatile and not a buff. But for that to not be a buff, they have to nerf the Akan boost. Because 40% is too much, and now we're gonna have 40% all around the map. It's gonna be ridiculous. And it's that case, like I'm always saying this, HRE just have too many bonuses. It was that, I don't know if you guys remember, when Zushi came out, that was the same problem with Zushi. They had too many bonuses, and HRE has too many bonuses. Because on top of the eco bonuses, they have infantry that moves faster, which at top level is super important. Then they have emergency repairs, for example, as well, which is just too good. You know? But I think the developers are aware. I think the developers will change a little bit the HRE. Remember that those changes were preview changes, so they can be still changed, and I think they will. Especially, I'm pretty sure there were developers in BC's chat, and I think they saw BC's reaction, and I think they will change. Because those changes were really good, but not with a boost of the Akno on 40%. Remember what I'm saying? Okay, so let's cast some games. Lo Zio que lo porco. Who the hell is that? I don't know. Then we have MSNDK live, Myriad live. That's the only players live. Also, I'm very happy, of course, with the changes to the observer mode. One thing I wanted to do, or I want to see, is also a rework of the observer mode, of the observer menu, I mean, because I want to cast Conqueror games, Conqueror 3 games, but I have no way to know who are Conqueror in these games. There is no filter for that, and it should be, right? That there should be a rank here. It's like Conqueror, boom. Then I can see like a laser is live, Vortex is live. I don't know. You just, I don't need them to be my friends to know that they are alive. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be very, very good. Because like I have no idea who are the best players right now here playing. You know. For example, Magic is playing, supposedly, but like, how am I going to find the map, right? I'm going to find the match of Magic. Because if he's not my friend, I cannot even watch the match live. Myriad is playing, we can see that. Malian World, that's funny. French, for example, this is an interesting match. French versus English. What I can do is go to A4 World. And check the players, you know. Yeah, that's a Plat 1 player. So not good. Yeah, trying to find games that have no, bro, trying to find games with no rules, because games with rules are just too boring right now. They have one build order, and it's very hard for them to lose with that build order. And when they lose, it's usually on like very long games. Oh, Malian versus Mongol is a cool matchup, actually. Welcome to stream, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Let me just hide here for no spoilers. We have more people online. Let's see. Media. No. Okay, no. Okay, I'm just looking for a cool match, guys. Because on AE4 World, sometimes it says that they are playing. For example, it says that Magic is playing. But is it? Because I would love to cast a Magic game. I'm looking. Hold on. There is an account called CGQT, but it's not him. That's funny. Oh, I didn't find the Magic game. Maybe he's not playing, because AE4 World sometimes takes some time to update the information. You know. Vortex is now top 1. Welcome to everybody. Welcome, welcome. Oh, Papercut is playing. I think he's Conqueror 2 at the moment. This could be a good match as well for us to watch. Yeah, I think it's just not a good way to find games like this. Just too hard. Because we've just been casting so many games for Myriad recently. Because he's always online when I'm online as well. Oh, and magic is actually puppy paw. Ah, okay. It's not really magic. Okay, I found a good matchup, guys. Let me bring that to you. No, hidden match history, no. Hold on. We can't watch that match. Sedge. You have to go back to looking. Welcome, to everybody. Welcome, welcome. Ah, damn. God damn. Still looking for the games, guys. Sorry about the delay. It's just hard to find some interesting games right now because so many things is about Pro Scouts. For example, you have a bunch of wins on Demo's match history, and then his only loss in like 10 games it's against a Civ with Pro Scouts while he's not doing Pro Scouts. So it's a bit tough to find some interesting matchups, but I'm sure we can. Oops. Come on, guys, hold on. Hold on. Let's go, let's go. I'm pretty sure we have interesting games here. Okay, I think we found an interesting match. Let's see if it is interesting. Let's see if we have anybody online, by the way, that we can watch. We have MSNDK. He's in a game already. Let's see if maybe it's FFA. No, it's not. Oh, let me just see his opponent. Oh, no, his opponent is way worse than him. Not fun. It was a good matchup though, but his opponent is way worse than him at this moment. There you go. Finally. We found a good, interesting match, perhaps. Let's see how it goes. Hi everybody, welcome very much to the channel. We are here on the online ladder to cast two great players going against each other. In the color green, it's our Chinese player playing as the Chinese. In the color purple is Eliona playing as the Byzantines, and he changed the position of his system to start with. Very close to the wood line, close to the gold as well. Not close to the sheep. Maybe he should change the sheep all the way over there to get an extra bonus. And we are here on Dry Arabia to see a civilization that is very good to do pro scouts versus a civilization that's very good at countering professional scouts. Thank you for being here, watching the video. Your support is greatly appreciated. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and use the links are below to find me and Eliona live on Twitch, to find my variety gaming channel, and to reach the Discord server as well. And very excited, guys. We are 4 days away from the new DLC of Age of Empires 4 Knights of Cross and Roses, and also new balance changes and also caster mode changes. I'm very excited for those ones because we'll be able to finally trust the army value, and we'll be able to finally see things like JD experience, Ottoman Vizier point, Ayyubids aging up, so it will be a party on the caster mode. Some changes were controversial. I will have a video here on the channel for you guys to see and comment about that. A lot of people complaining about the Holy Roman changes. A lot of people complain about the lack of changes to Ottomans, Mongols, or Japan. I'm very excited for the new civilizations. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm just a bit afraid that the game might get too defensive and too prioritizing too much like stall and slow gameplay because of the House of Lancaster and the Templars having like a lot of things to do to be buffed and supported by keeps and manors and whatnot. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully they actually can bring more momentum and more excitement to Age of Empires 4, because that's exactly what the game needs. The game needs to be more entertaining to watch and more entertaining to comment as well, because I think the game already prioritizes too much defense and eco, and that's not fun to watch, guys. That's not fun to talk about, you know what I'm saying? And that makes like one type of gameplay too strong above the other types of gameplay, and then it kind of gets repetitive. So I hope the developers take some changes. For example, like the Byzantines. I think the Byzantines are a very powerful economical civilization, but also very powerful in terms of military. So they can have a good eco because of their cisterns, which will be nerfed. So if you guys want to play Byzantines and enjoy your time, do it now. Go to the ladder, because it will start. All the cisterns will be 125 stone. So the first cistern, I think it's 50 for the Byzantines. Now it will be 125 stone. It's gonna be crazy. It will hurt a lot the Byzantine early game, but it will help a lot the mid to late game because like I think the third season will cost like 150 or 200, and the fourth season will cost more, and the fifth season will cost even more, and now it will all be set at 125 because it's not just about reaching the level 5, because sometimes Byzantine players reach level 5 within the base, but let's say they want to go to that deer or they want to go to that berries, right? And now that extra season, it's very, very expensive, but now it will not be in the new patch. It would all be 125 stone. On the side of the Chinese, I don't think their gameplay will change that much. It will change because Pro Scouts will be nerfed. They'll be more expensive. Then I think Chinese will have to make more units because Scouts will be even slower now, bringing the deer back home. So if you're a professional Scout enjoyer, if you have been yellow boosting yourself with Pro Scouts, go to the ladder right now because it's about to change. I think Chinese will still go for Professional Scouts, but I think it will be way more map and matchup dependent. I think they'll be looking to change their playstyle depending on the civ they're playing against. I think the game will get more exciting. Like, my motivation for Age of Empires 4 has been at an all-time low, because what I really enjoy about Age of Empires 4 is the diversity on civilizations, on map, on playstyles, and that just went all down the drain with Professional Scouts. It was just really a pain in the ass, actually, to get like I couldn't get excited. I would get excited when people will do some different plays, like Louis cooking with the Ottomans. I love that, but outside of that, it was really difficult to see players doing something different. And now I think not only we have 2 new civs, we have new patch notes, we have new units for HRE, for example. I'm pretty sure developers will change some other civs. Professional Scouts will not be so relevant, so I think we will be great. What I want to see as well is horsemen dealing better with archers, because I think in most scenarios archers and crossbows are still too dominant, and I want to see just a more exciting, more aggressive Age of Empires 4, because the game is already defensive and already economical. So if you bring a little bit more attack and aggressiveness, the game will balance itself out and it will be amazing, you know. But here, looking back at the present, Eliona coming forward, our Chinese player already bringing deer back home. Already took 1 deer. The other deer far away as well. A spearman is there. So for example, in the next patch, this will not be possible. This scout will be already dead. Already. It's still difficult to do that, but it will be even more difficult to do that. Good defense from Eliona over here. Well done, well done. Our Byzantine player with the mercenary house. I also want to see in the future an indication of what contract the Byzantine player has chosen, like a little flag or something. It's very important when you play against Byzantines to know what they chose as a mercenary contract. Our scout goes down. Good play from Eliona. And another scout going down. Eliona here on point, denying professional scouts from our Chinese player. Chinese player made 3 archers, but it's a bit too late. He already lost a lot of scouts and a lot of momentum. He's also switching into horsemen to counter the longbows. Oh, kind of late, the longbows for Eliona. Oh no, it's 7 minutes and 34. No, not too late, I would assume. Coming in nicely. We can't really see. Not a lot of deer was brought. 3 carcass from here, and only 1 carcass from there. So 4 carcass in total. 1 still there. Wait, is that a sheep? No, it's a deer carcass. Where that one came from? Oh, he was trying to get from there too. Only 1 carcass brought from there, and that deer pack is really hard to access. But wait, one carcass was brought from our Chinese player. So he was able to get some deer back at home, but not much, not a lot. No, sir. Horseman from our Chinese player trying to go for a raid, but they find the enemy army in the middle of the map, and they will most likely go down here. Yes, bye-bye Horseman. Archers protecting the deer. So our Chinese player will still get a bunch of deer, but he was heavily delayed. And the Elionab technically only invested into 4 horsemen and a couple of Limitane because the longbows were free. So he has a lot of momentum into his hands. We still don't have a Barbican of the Sun for our Chinese player, so no Song Dynasty. He's ahead economically because of the Imperial officials. More deer being brought home. The longbows almost... No, they do snipe the scout. So our Chinese player has invested at least 10 scouts so far. He's now changing his wood line. There we go, building a new... Not changing the wood line, but making it better. Oh, the longbows from Elena now picking villagers on the wood line. It's not looking good for our Chinese player. He's gonna lose another villager. Another one. Meanwhile, new berry patch for Elena being now collected. More deer trying to be brought home from our Chinese player, but those scouts are dead and gone. Nice fight here for Eliona, completely dominating the army of our Chinese player. The spearmen have no time to do damage from our Chinese player because the longbow's in the back is doing so much damage. +1 attack already in for Eliona, +1 defense already in for the Chinese player. So they're doing the best they can on this defense, but Eliona just pushing forwards too strongly for a Chinese player to deal with. Yeah, Elena completely dominating. Chinese player must go back. He has a lot of horsemen, but he's not being able to dive into the longbows. So the horsemen are not doing their job. Changing the wood line for the Chinese player. Elena coming forwards. Controlling the situation. Nice walls for the Chinese player to avoid the wood line of being harassed once again. Elena diving the base. Nobody's there. Nobody on the wood line. Elena getting close to the castle edge. Our Chinese player as well, looking to edge up, maybe into astronomical clock tower and then an immediate nest of beasts, because he really needs that to deal with the longbows. It's very difficult to deal with the longbows in his current position, because the enemy already has spearmen and horsemen as well, so they can body block the Chinese horsemen. More walls, that's a nice play for the Chinese player, completely securing his wood collection. Astronomical clock tower coming through, and now the Chinese player is moving down to the gold here, so I really think he wants a nest of bees as soon as he ages up because of the gold. Also, he wants upgrades. Yeah, I think, yeah, it will be complicated to get the upgrades and nest of bees at the same time, because nest of bees costs 300 gold, and upgrade the spearmen, upgrade the archers, upgrade the horsemen, all that will be very expensive as well. Well, Eldernaut can do whatever they want. They have the map control. Oh, but the scouts from the Chinese player bringing some deer back home, though. Two villagers lost for our Chinese player. Still no Song Dynasty. Very hard to get into the Barbican of the Sun in the current situation. And the scouts sneak by, bringing in 2 extra deer packs. Not, damn it, deer carcasses, not packs. Golden Horn Tower. And is a nice floating oil. Is he waiting to get lunch connector? I don't know. Oh no, he just clicked more longbows. So he'll be up to 20 free longbows. Unbelievable. Unprecedented. No, it's not. It's very typical, very usual. Good army for Elena. 11 limit and 8, 10 horsemen. He's doing everything. Maybe he'll go into siege just to make sure that it's way easier to go into the base of the Chinese player. But currently he has no wood. They were edging up. Now he'll get some free longbows too. Upgrading the mercenary contract. Walls being burned down. The gold economy for a Chinese player is heavily exposed. I don't think he can defend. He has some knights. Very fast production of those lancers. Not a 13 spearmen for Eliona. Will that be enough? Nice horseman raid, but they have to back off. Go, 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 go. The wolf gets neutralized. And the first upgrade, besides the mercenary, is the spearman upgrade. Of course, yeah, the horseman will not be very useful, especially now that the Chinese player is rocking a bunch of lancers. Is he raiding? Where are the lancers? Where are the lancers? I don't see them on... There you go. A huge cavalry raid, though. Elena securing the relics. No SFBs in sight for our Chinese player right now. And truth be told, he'll need a couple of them. So investing into one would kind of be a loss of resources, if you know what I'm saying, because it wouldn't do much, just one in itself. So he can use resources in something that will be more useful, aka upgrades and lancers, for an example. Eliona with 14 Limitane. The thing is that Eliona has no walls, so the whole base is exposed, and those lancers will be having a party if they find any economy for Eliona, from Eliona. They take down a spearman. Good job, guys. Emotional damage versus Eliona. And the gold still safe here for the Chinese player. He could take the gold in the front, but it's too risky. Third relic already for Eliona. It's all going to the oil machine, I believe. Yes. Uh-oh. Nice defense, though. Buying time for the main army to arrive. Oh, but it's too slow. The main army is too slow. The cavalry of the Chinese player can go in and do a lot of damage. Wilson Bear is heavily exposed. Cavalry charging in. No? Are they? There you go. They find the villagers. But they can't do much, because the outposts, the spearmen, the archers, and Barbican of the Sun coming online at 16 minutes for our Chinese player. Nice. Lancer getting the monk. Yoink. Barbican on the ball, I like that, but it will be kinda useless versus the longbows. Eliona wants a farm transition 1000 plus. Within the bank, there is a huge farming growth transition, so I guess he also needs to make some walls, because those farms are very in the front line. It's very easy for a group of cavalry from the Chinese players to come forwards and attack that. Barbican of the Sun completed. Song Dynasty online. Chinese player 3 eco units ahead. Oh, the longbows are now doing a lot of damage to those lancers. Yeah, our Chinese player needs to look for different angles. Like try to go around here, strike from the back, because Eliona has no walls. Now he has to go to the other side, actually, because the army of Eliona is on this west side, so he has to attack through the east side, but there is already a wall in there protecting those berries. So Eliona taking measures. He knows the Chinese player is going heavy on the cavalry, and Eliona wants to attack again that southwest position. Chinese player moving up to the gold over there, I believe, but it will be very easy for the longbows to kill villagers over there. Very, very easy. And now we have two nests of bees for our Chinese player. Maybe they can make a difference. Good damage on those limit NA. The horseman will charge. Chinese player pays attention. Charges in with his own lancers. Nest of bees are open to the longbows, but I think there was a misclick there from Eliona, because the longbows were targeting a building instead of the nest of bees. Huge army for Eliona, 91 units versus 54 from the Chinese. Oh, one longbow was there killing... No, a bunch of longbows were there killing villagers. Good job, Eliona. And now almost same villager account. Still floating wood. He's dropping a bunch of walls right now. Exactly what he needed. Oh, there you go. Like I told you. The Barbican of the Sun is kinda useless here, because the longbow is sniping so many villagers. Already 12 villager kill for Eliona. Yeah, good luck, Nest of Bees, trying to attack those longbows. I think the Nest of Bees will die before it kills the longbows, actually. I think Chinese player needs a second TC just to stay in the game. I think he's doing that. He's getting a bunch of stone. No mining camp, by the way. Oh no, they're going all the way to the town center. Do we have wheelbarrow? We do. For both players. He builds a mining camp right now, right here, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now. And Eliona starts adding in some cataphracts up to 8. And those are great, because they can just trample all the way to the back line and kill the Nest of Bees, which in high numbers can be a problem. But our Chinese player, he's looking for Imperial Age, because he's not investing into more Nest of Bees, which I think he should, because Eliona's army is 41 crossbows, longbows I mean. So Nest of Bees are essential. God damn it. Essential. Eliona is going to the Imperial Age very soon. Just needs to secure more gold. Nice raid there. Another villager goes down. Huge walls for Eliona to protect 1 gold, 2 golds, 3 golds. By the way, on the new patch, some maps will have tiny gold mines, which I think it's cool, because I think map control is way more about gold than any other resources. So having more gold spread across the map will make players fight for different parts of the map. Because if you secure one big gold vein, you're gonna stay there for a long time. So the fight will be about that part of the map, so it can be stale. But if we're gonna fight for multiple parts of the map, it's basically be kind of a professional scout, right? Because you're gonna fight in different parts of the map, and that's exactly what the games need. What the game needs, god damn it. So in general, I really enjoy the new changes. Also, for example, the HRE change seems crazy, but imagine they're gonna have a monastery here and a monastery there, and then the player playing against HRE will look to attack in these multiple directions, making the game feel more alive. Chinese player going for 3 town centers. I think it's a bit late. I think it's too late, brother. Eliona with 109 units going to Imperial Age with 41 crossbows, 25 limit NA, 15 launch connector. Wait, was he actively making launch connector? I think he was. 12 cataphracts and 8 crossbows. As soon as he edges up, he gets some upgrades and he goes in. There is no other way about it. Ain't no way he doesn't do that. Ain't no way, brother. Ain't no way, brother. Bombaklat. Can we have a Jamaican civilization? I don't think so. It will be so epic if we did. I wanted a unit that just says Bombaklat. Oh, some villagers going down there? No. That will be the second secret site for Eliona. Double town center. Triple activated. Only 3 nest of bees, now the 4th coming in. Also, Chinese player decided to reinvest. They had a lot of food, they have now a lot of gold, but decided to reinvest. They're not investing a lot into nest of bees. I think they really need like 8 or 9 or more nest of bees because the army for Eldiona is just crazy in numbers. But no, actually he needs even more because he will need more to survive the damage. Bro, Eldiona just aged up and he still has 2k food, almost 3k food in the bank. Byzantine Eco going brrr, 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 bro. It's going crazy. Yeah, I think he's actively making a lunch connect then. No, he's getting now the random ones. He's upgrading to Imperial. Ooh, go Streltsy, there we go. Go Streltsy, go. Go Streltsy. I was asking my girlfriend if she knew any Russian expression for me to say when I see Streltsy, because she knows some Russian. But she said something that we also say in Portugal, which is Opa! Okay, I think that's GG. Nest of bees in the back, but the main army of our Chinese player went down. A lot of the rest of the army is right here fighting by the keep, and the cataphracts dive the nest of bees. And with the nest of bees going down, our Chinese player will also be going down, I believe. There is no way for him to come back. Longbows activate the arrow volley? Yeah, the arrow, exactly. I was on point. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I hope to see you on the next time. Our Chinese player should be tapping out very soon, and here we go. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Hi everybody, welcome. Easy match for the Luna, easy match. Not very interesting, to be honest. He was always under control. Okay, found another cool matchup, guys. Oops. Hi everybody, welcome very much to the channel. We are here on Cliffside to watch Scarlet Devil on the color red playing as the Mongols versus Voldemar in the color yellow representing Team VES playing as the Delhi Sultanate. Voldemar opening with a mask and the berries immediately, typical Delhi. And on the Mongol side, let's see, the town center position, very close to the wood line, very far away from the gold. Damn, really far from the gold. Ovu is under town center protection, which is good, because a lot of times the Mongols are punished by the opponent player coming straight for their Ovu. But this Ovu is protected. It will be very difficult for them to be gathering gold, but if they are successful with the Spear Tower Rush, Spearman Rush, followed by the Tower Rush. Oh no, but he will open Pasture. Oh, I think that's a bad not a bad play, but not the optimal play. Now moving to the gold right there. They have no wood for a tower. They'll also take some extra time to age up, which is true, because they have to build the Musk and the Mill. But I think it will not be very beneficial for Skull Devil to be so exposed. It will be very easy for the Ghazi Raiders to just come in and attack that gold. Although they'll have a good food source because the pasture is producing twice as fast now because it's under the influence of the Ovu. Valdemar scouting the base of Scarlet Devil. They know that the goal is very far away from the town center. Oh, and by the way, Delhi loves to go professional scouts. Let's see. They have two deer very close to each other. Oh, but Scarlet Devil with the deer pack really back into the base, so they might be able to do it. They might be able to take a deer from themselves. What a lot of people be doing is using their Spearman. I mean, not right now because Scarlet Devil didn't open Spearman, but when they do, they go and push the deer into their base, and I really like that. Hate them. Dome of the Faith, of course, is the choice for Volmar. I don't remember the last time I seen Tower Victory. I know I seen it recently, but I don't remember if it was like very recent or like a month ago. And I've seen it once, and I think it was on a tournament. It was maybe on Killer Pigeon Midweek Master, maybe. Maybe one of the tournaments that have been happening, like BC tournaments or Rising Empire tournaments. Voldemar is very aware of the deer there, very close to each other, easier to protect. Oh, that's a lot of sheep for... That's 12! Just not right now being delivered. Insane. In total, Scarlet Devil is up to 14 sheep, to 16 sheep actually. And he's still making more from the pasture. Really? That's a lot of food though. Under the town center, very protected. The villagers will get now a bit buffed because of the movement speed brought by deer stones. And I'm pretty sure Valdemar here will be opening with some Ghazi Raiders. We all know how the Delhi play. I think Delhi could also use some HRE treatment from the new patch, where they're kind of reinventing it, because it always always plays the same, always, right? Especially like the early game, it's always the same. Open with Ghazi, follow up with whatever you need to. Both players now getting into the feudal age. Scarlet Devil. There we go. Immediately, and I say immediately, like really immediately, queues up Wheelbarrow to give even more movement speed to the villagers, giving even more efficiency. And Scarlet Devil cancel the stable. They built instead another pasture. Khan being aggressive on the gold, of course, it's very annoying. Oh, I was just speaking, oh, Delhi needs to be changed. And Valdemar opens barracks instead of stable. Caster's curse, brother. Caster's curse. Oh, I didn't see this strategy in a long time. The good old belly infantry wall in your enemy on cliffside. Because, like, you require very small walls to wall your enemy. And actually makes sense, because then you just grab the deer way more safely. Professional Scouts is in play, or will be in play very, very soon. Then you have a tower on the gold for Scarlet Devil. That's smart as well, because he knows it's so exposed, that gold. And also, this wall will make a safe attempt of getting that sacred site. Then this sacred site will be a bit tougher for Valdemar, because it's so close to the base of Scarlet Devil. Are we going straight castle? Let me just... Yeah, it's going to be some Mangudai to arrest the opponent. Valdemar is the only way to counter that at the moment. Making some walls, which is one of the best ways to counter the Mangudai. And I think, yeah, because they're kind of cheap, and if you can double produce them, you're going to be saving a lot of resources. It's only cost 90 food and 60 gold for 2, and 150 stone for 2 Mangudai. So then they will be able to go Castle Age and harass the enemy at the same time. Some Gazi Raiders will be coming here, already up to 1. 6, oh, nice walls from Valdemar, I like that. Using his infantry to wall up, while the rest of the infantry and one Gazi Raid are being used to scare away those Mangudai. And there you go, Scarlet Devil going Castle Age. Great timing, by the way, great timing. Step Redoubt is the choice of Scarlet Devil for his age up. It makes sense, it doesn't have a lot of units to then be supported by the Kurultai. Valdemar taking a look at the deer pack. No, I don't know. Valdemar he's not getting a lot of vision from there. Maybe he's looking for trade or something. Step Redoubt. Actually, it will be kinda easier to use because the golds are very close to the base. The pasture is still pumping sheep as we speak. Really good. Still 11 sheep available under town center. And then those will be coming out even faster. Oh, nice. Mangudai getting the spearmen that were walling the sacred site. One sacred site for Valdemar. Oh, the Scholar will go down. Good value for Scarlet Devil. Good value. And still no deer collected from Valdemar. That's really weird. Is he trying to go to another? No. Zero. Oh no, he got from here. No. He got no deer. He only has one scout as well. I think he overreacted to the Mangidai. Oh, that's kind of weird, to be honest. I think he had time to get some deer, because the Mangidai... First, it wasn't a lot of them, and they were attacking only towards one direction. Scarlet Devil now going with 6 Men-at-Arms already, double producing as well, there with the barracks. It'll be very hard for Valdemar to stop those Men-at-Arms. He's ready to age up, though. And then he can make crossbows really, really fast. If he places scholars inside the archery range. House of Learning coming through. And the second secret site for Voldemar. He's trying to go to the third one. And at times attacking through the west side of Voldemar's base where there is no protection. Double archery range. Scholar are going inside. These scholars are also going for the relics down here. And at arms pull back. Relic gets caught. And now, yeah, the scholar just goes into the walls. More Men-at-Arms coming in from Scarlet Devil. Securing one relic. That one will be caught though. That one will be easily caught. Nice defense from Valdemar, sacrificing some less valuable units to guarantee the safe escape of his scholar. Yeah, step without giving so much gold. I think Scarlet Devil wants to go Imperial Age into the Khaganate Palace, and I really, really like this, because usually we see players going almost naked, fast Imperial with Mongols, but I think the approach of Scarlet Devil is way better. He already has army, he's attacking the opponent, he's making the opponent react, and then he goes Imperial, and then he gets those crazy units for free. I think it's really, really smart here from Scarlet Devil. There you go, Khaganate Palace! It is! You know why Stupa? Just the Khaganate Palace to get some free units. Launet pray that it doesn't get 3 HU POWs. I think you can reset the production by moving it. But sometimes it's just hella unlucky. Oh, wait, he's Scarlet Devil able to defend? He only has 8 Men-at-Arms. Well, maybe he edged up too early. Valdemar coming in with 13 crossbows. That's tough. Wololo comes through. Tower NTC helping a lot. Oh! Oh, that was so risky for Valdemar, but it compensated. He got the Scholar, he almost lost his units to the Wololo there. Another Shaman coming in. No Wololo just yet, just back into the Prank Tent. 3 relics for Valdemar, 2 relics for Scarlet Devil. Valdemar not able to come through, too much firepower from towers and town center. Villagers finish the construction. Ovu ran out? I think it did. The next Ovu is over there. Or over here. Ooh, tough choice. Oh, can be over there, but that's a bad option, I believe. Valdemar still trying to wall in even more. Oh, do I hear some seagulls? It sounded like seagulls, what? You're not close to the sea. No player taking Deer in this game. Unbelievable. I was not expecting a Pro Scout free game. Oh, and Valdemar is taking the Deer manually. Alright, old school Delhi, I guess. More Mengidai. Coming in with Khan's Hunters. Where are they going? Oh, they're going to... Wait. It's going to be hella unlucky for Valdemar. He's trying to get the Sacred Site, but he can't. What we're going to get... Oh, Horse Archers. That's great, actually. They are really good. They are already elite. I'm pretty sure they don't come with Boyar's Fortitude, right? And the Scholar goes down. And that Sacred Site might be neutralized as well. Valdemar is trying to macro into Imperial Ledger. It's not looking good. It's not looking easy. He lost a lot of units trying to do damage over there on Scarlet Devil's base, which really didn't work out. Is Scarlet Devil still just on the ship? He is! He's still on the ship. That's unbelievable, actually. No, they do. They have Warrior's Fortitude. That's insane! Because then you can get biology from the university, which is the blacksmith for the Mongols. Sacred Site neutralized. Sacred Site cancelled. Middle Sacred Site is a thing. Oh! Palace of the Sultan. Free elite tower. No, Sultan's elite tower fund coming through with the hand cannon boys. They do hella damage, bro. Hella damage. What we're gonna go at next? Nest of Bees. Let's go. Mengidai, just providing a nice distraction. Also some vision, so Scarlet Devil knows what is the composition of Valdemar formation over there. Step Redoubt still giving a lot of value to Scarlet Devil. And now Scarlet Devil says, it's my time for the Sacred Site. You can do it, Horse Archers. You can do it, you just need 778 more shots to kill that. Nest of Bees will help though. Oh, Man at Arms now doing the valuable damage while the wall will go down. Valdemar will most likely lose the Sacred Site. I don't know if they will be able to defend it. Wall goes down. Valdemar struggling for food though. 3 farms. Berries still available. Deer. Oh no. I think he's bringing it back. Oh, nice, nice, nice. He's bringing deer back home. Nest of Bees. Ready. Shoot. Oh, moving the blacksmith to the oval. So you want some upgraded technology. Let's see what it chooses. Military Academy coming through. Faster production on the units. Does it also... It does! I think that changes the Cagnate Palace production speed as well. A beautiful landmark, by the way. I think that's the best angle right there. Oh, sorry. Let's move the camera once again. One Sacred Site for Scarlet Devil. Rocking good. Getting a lot of gold. Because that gives 50% more gold on drop-off. Nest of Bees in position. Scarlet Devil growing the army so quickly, bro. Now getting some hand cannoneers too. A lot of elephants for Valdemar. Is getting a lot of value for free too. With the Palace of the Sultan. Those elephants are really, really strong. Look at that. 31 damage from the elephant itself. Then plus 38 times 2 from the hand cannons. That's so much damage. What can Scarlet Devil use to counter that? Are they heavy? No, they're just ranged cavalry. So horsemen or spearmen with the best option over there. Or the Rus Knights with the polearm technology. But they're being checked by the crossbows. Oh, they got the warrior monks as well. Bro, that landmark is cool as hell. The King and Palace is cool as hell. So many cool different units available for the Mongols. Valdemar getting a good defense army, getting some bombards as well. He's already up to... Wait, no, that's only 2 elephants, right? Because they count as 3, I believe. Yeah, he only has 2 Sultan's elephants. Similar army count. 21 Mangudai, 8 Khan's hunters. No, wait. Oh, so 27 Mangudai, 6 Rus knights, 3 horse archers, 8 hand cannoneers, 1 nest of bees, 2 warrior monks, insane army for Scarlet Devil. Voldemar, oh no, the Delhi got me again, because they don't have 63 units, they have 43, because they have 20 scholars. Oh, the bombards might snipe the nest of bees, Scarlet Devil, no! Oh, the bombards might die right there. Yeah, bombards, one of them is down. Nest of bees still alive. Oh, but the bombard, great snipe. The main army of Scarlet Devil turns around to beat the army of Voldemar. Alright, and Scarlet Devil pushing through Voldemar with only the scholars available, and I think that's GG. He's trying to go mass cavalry right now, or maybe elephants, but it's too late. GG gets called. Thank you for watching, your support is greatly appreciated. I see you on the next one. I'll go to the bathroom real quick, guys. I see you soon. Hi everybody, we are back from the bathroom. Welcome, welcome. How are we doing today? We're doing good or what? Let's look for more matches. Let's see who's online. Let's see what Scarlet Devil, not what MSNK is playing. We can see. Wating, Brazilian player, we can see as well. That should be customs. Let's look for matches anyway for World then. I found a cool matchup, guys. Let me bring that to you. Hi everybody, welcome very much to the channel. We are here today on the online ladder to see two of the best players in the world playing with each other. In the color pink, playing as the Malians, we have Wally, which I think he's gonna do a lot of walls. And in the color orange, representing Team EL, your most recent Age of Empires 4 champion, playing as John Dark, is Louis Eng-Pt. We are in good old Dry Arabia, a very interesting match, Malians versus JD. GD, oh, they open? Louis opens with an early mill and goes into very early before the 1 minute wheelbarrow. That's very interesting. We want to get already ahead of the Malian economy. We're gonna see 4 houses, maybe 8, to then be easier to get into professional scouts. Yes, we see a villager there getting more wood for the houses. So then professional scouts will be the play for Wally. Louis now going for the mill. Interesting, guys. And if you are interested, let me know by leaving a like, by subscribing to the channel, and by leaving a comment down below as well. Wally is very strong as well. Louis right now is top 3 on the online ladder, while Wally is number 21, and it's Wham 01 actually. So it's a Smurf account of Wham, so Louis versus Wham is our match for today. I really enjoy the name Wally, because a lot of players complain about walls, and sometimes you just gotta make fun of it. I'm not even sure if Wally is a good spawn to make walls. Here perhaps, there perhaps. Then very hard to wall the front of the base, actually. Second gold. Now that's the third gold. The second gold should be here. Very out of position though. Kinda hard for Wally to get access to the golds. Louis with the early wheelbarrow, almost going into the feudal age. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The classical 8-house opener for the Malians. The Mansa Quarry being brought up as well. And Louis aging up with the School of Cavalry, School of Chivalry. And then I think Pro Scouts will also be the option for Louis. Both players will be going Pro Scouts. Mill already coming in for Wally. Then you're gonna see a stable. You're gonna see the upgraded Warrior Scouts. Then you're gonna see some Donzos. Louis will make a knight, then he'll make a bunch of scouts, maybe 2 knights. Sometimes we see the JD/French players making 2 knights to apply more pressure. Stable? Cancelled? To get Pro Scouts already research? Sure. By the way, guys, we already know about some balance changes for the DLC in 4 days, and Pro Scouts will be extremely more expensive. They will cost 150 wood and 300 gold if I'm not mistaken, so if you want to use Pro Scouts now, it's the time, because it will be way harder to use them in the future. Double stable immediately for Louis. I like that approach. Barracks immediately as well for Wally. Scouts and Donzos. So here we'll be making perhaps only knights from this School of Cavalry, and then from the stables only scouts. Very easy deer pack for Louis. That deer pack is okay. Wally must take that deer pack as soon as possible. It's very easy for Louis with John Dark to deny that deer pack. Second pit mine choice is here for Wally. And then on the deer, also easy to go there. Oh, one scout almost going down there for the Knights of Louis. It's charging in. Get him. Get him, boys. No. Oh, wait, we're also buying cows. I mean, that's normal, but not this early into the game, I believe. That's going to be a lot of gold necessary. More cows coming in. All right, bro. Upgrading the Spearman. No, that's already upgraded. No, it's not. Donzo is still not upgraded, by the way. Yeah. Louis taking the deer from the back of his base. There we go. Good play from Wally. Taking that front deer pack almost immediately. 4 scouts doing the job. Second knight arrives, burning the pit mine. The house will be going down there, reducing the gold income for Wally. You can have another cow if you wish so. Second pit mine is working though, very safely, very efficiently back there. Ibejan. on the base of Louis. No more scouts. He keeps the knight production. Donzos will make their way to stop those knights over there. JD is there though. Only 3 Donzos, only 4 Donzos will not be enough to stop all those knights with JD. Healing now available. JD goes into the Donzo. One goes down. That's huge value for Louis. Not only he kills the Donzo, also gains a good amount of experience, and the pit mine goes down while Lee struggling as in the early game here as the Malians. Alright, another house goes down. Good job from Louis. Applying that early pressure into the Malians, really need to do that. And while Lee almost getting that whole year back under his base. While Leader is Wham. 0-1. Representing his individuality. No, JD getting a lot of damage done there, but also taking a lot of damage from the Donzos. The Donzos surround JD, the Knights can't hold them, it's too many Donzos. JD help, good healing, the Knights evacuate. Oh, JD, I think it's too much damage now from the Donzos. More Donzos arrive. The Knights, one of the Knights saves the other Knights. Good sacrifice, it's not even down, good play. Louis up to 7 Knights already. But they are very low HP, and they can't really go against those 10 Donzos right now. Even with JD, it's too much damage. Maybe if all the Knights come together, yes, it's totally doable. Do we have a double barracks? No. Yes, we do. Okay. I was questioning because you have so much Donzos already that couldn't possibly be just from one barracks, you know? Louis getting his 2nd year back, while Lee getting his 2nd year back as well. Still one year left there for Wally. Archery range and stable and blacksmith, I mean, for Louis. Wally pushing forwards. Oh, he's targeting the gold for Louis. Louis has a good bank of 340. That's enough for 3 knights. Oh no, he doesn't react to the Donzos. The Donzos get 1 villager? No. Oh, yeah, they get 1 with the javelin throw. And Wally with so much food in the bank. And now go back to collecting gold. Castle should be here soon. Knights now healing from Louis. Only 1 archery range. Getting the melee defense upgrade. First and foremost. Interesting, already double consecration on the stable. Those knights only cost 100 food right now. 105 to be precise. Louis trying to raid to make sure he's not the one being attacked. Wally up to 20 Donzos though. Okay, range defense as well upgrade. Oh, so it wasn't it wasn't melee defense. It was range defense. I thought it was melee. My bad, my bad. Grand Fulani Corral in the middle of 4 ranches with in the middle of 5 with space for more. That will be so much food generated in the future for Wally. Louis targeting the pit mine. Wally playing defensively. He's moving up with some Donzos, doing some javelin throws. The Knights taking it slowly. Oops. Okay, Castle Age for Wally. Upgrading those Donzos. Only 9 archers, that's not enough versus those 26 Donzos. There you go, Donzos are veteran now. With a lot of food in the bank, not enough gold to age up. GD under threat. GD goes down actually to the Donzos. No, good healing, but yeah, a sacrifice, a noble sacrifice from JD. Yeah, not enough archers for Louis, but he had to do something, right? He couldn't just sit in base and wait for Wally to come forward with those 26 veteran spearmen. Royal Institute being brought up, is that enough? He changed the gold location. There you go. But that needs to be quick. Royal Bloodlines it will take some time to be researched. I don't know if Wally will give that time to Louis. Nice raid from Louis, but Wally is revenging as well. 5 villagers killed. Good job from Louis. Could attack the cows to reduce the food income, but the TC is doing too much damage to those steel feudal age knights. Oh, the villagers! Get them! Get the vills! Why are you running? Oh, this is so weird. Yeah, you have to walk in front and then a move. That's a huge loss, but the dozers arrive to save most of the... Bro, this needs to be fixed. Those villagers shouldn't be alive right now. They shouldn't. They shouldn't. It's ridiculous that they are, but it's okay. Still 12 kills for Louis, but he also lost 5 villagers, and I think Wally is in a better position because of the cows and the pit mines. Third pit mine could be available right there. We see a relic ready to be taken for Wally. We don't have a Musk right now, so no relic collection at the moment. Elite Knights and Royal Bloodlines coming in very, very soon. Melee defense as well. JD is back on the duty. Alright, girlfriend just brought some meal. Huge meal that I made though. She just cooked it really quickly. I'm a cook, I'm the chef, I'm the chef in the house. We have a bean burger with mushrooms, some fried potatoes, some rice, and a huge portion of salad with onion, carrot, spinach, cabbage, and red bell pepper. Wally, 32 donzos and 12 sofas. Yeah, I think his composition is way better than Louis'. Louis with 21 Royal Knights, with Royal Bloodlines though, but he never had time to mess up his archers. Sofa's trying to raid over there. Not really possible. We see Wally moving forward with the army, readjusting the position to maybe try and catch those knights out of position. Sofa's leading the knights to the trap, the Donzo trap. Good reaction from Louis. Good reaction. JD and the champion is fighting the Sofas over there to keep the sacred sites, double sacred site, under control for Louis. And they secure JD and the champions. Villagers on the run, but the Royal Knights are in place as well. Nice defense. Both players now retreating to their homes. Wally with more food per minute, more gold per minute, and more wood per minute. Even though they are 4 villas behind, but they have the cows and the pit mines, right? 4 villas behind means nothing. And now they're upgrading their own archers. Okay. Sacred Site being challenging. It's too many sofas. I've seen this movie before. It will not stop the sofa raids, right? No walls for Louis. And even if there were some palisades, the sofa numbers are just too big and they will keep burning. Third relic for Wally, further increasing the passive income. Poison arrows available for Wally very, very soon. Louis pushing through. Mass Rail Knights with Rail Bloodlines charging in. No, Wally dodges. He doesn't want to attack right now. He wants to wait for poison arrows because they are very good into armor units as well. Louis retreats once again. He burns again. Another archery range going down. Not even javelin throwers. We just poison arrow archers because they will also do good damage through the armor of the Royal Knights. Double Sacred Site again for Louis. He got the boar, almost finished. But Wally just so much army! 107 units, 61 donzos. Good luck stopping that. Arbaletier and Archer is the choice for Louis, but I don't think it's enough. More villagers on the run. But those knights will never reach them through all those buildings, through all those alleys and dark street corners. The ranged units under stress right now for Louis. Oh, they're being sniped by... Oh, yeah, that's GG. Now the knights arrive and they can do anything versus those spearmen, can they? Yeah, the knights arrive, but they can't do anything right now because the ranged units are not in enough numbers to contest the donzos. Louis trying to bait the charge with one group of knights, then go win with another group of knights to bait the charge of the spearmen, I mean, the brace, but it's just so difficult. He's trying to get some good value over there, but he's just losing units, and his army is getting lower and lower. 112 units for Wally. They ain't stopping. Guys, I think that's GG. I think Wally takes this game. I don't think Louis can muster a strong enough army to keep himself alive. Thank you very much for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. Leave a like and subscribe, and catch Wham live on Twitch as well. Me too. Check my Variety Gaming channel and join my Discord server using the links down below. I think it's just a matter of time until Louis taps out because it's so difficult for him to keep himself alive in these circumstances. The sofa is now detached to go for all type of equal damage. Deer ran out, no food for Louis. He's on the board. The sofas might just reach there in no time. 4 relics for Wally as well. It's just so complicated. Wally diving into the army of Louis. Where are the knights? Oh no, there are only 7. Okay, GG. We're gonna, yeah, there is no way. We just speed up. Yeah, GG gets called. Good game. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Good play, guys. Well done, well done. So it's now meal time. We have beautiful meal. So let's watch an Aussie Drongo video. Ow, my eyes. Ow, ow, ow. So I haven't seen this gameplay before. I was saving it to see with you guys. To watch with you, I mean. So let's take a look. Let's enjoy the meal as well. We have some Abadia beer as well. Great. All the way from Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I know. That would be Bohemian. There is Bohemian style beer in Portugal as well. Let's enjoy the meal, y'all. Oh, it smells so good. I want to get in, dig in right away.
G'day fellas, and welcome to the very first look at 2 new civilizations in Age of Empires 4. This is the brand new expansion, Knights of Cross and Rose. My name is Aussie Drongo, I'm a creator over on YouTube, and joining me today is Frank, a designer from Forgotten Empires. Frank, how are you doing today?
I am doing great, and I'm thrilled to be looking at some Knights of Cross and Rose gameplay with you, Drongo.
Yeah, it's super exciting. We've got two new civilizations here. We've got a variant for the English and a variant for the French. And I think I want to just start by putting the words variant in very loose quotes because these are pretty dissimilar from the original civs.
Yeah, when we first started with variants as a concept, the initial scope and idea was very small for Sultan's Ascent. And as we worked with the concept of variants and kind of developed them behind the scenes initially for that first DLC, we started to realize more and more the true potential of what we could be doing with variants instead. And I think Knights of Cross and Rose, in my belief, is really displaying at full strength what a variant can be, which is very distinguished, like its own full-fledged faction within the game that stands out both in gameplay, feel, and historical references, right?
Yeah, it's definitely come into its own because now we see the second variant coming out for the French civilization. And let's talk a little bit about what makes these civilizations different because this will be the first time that many people will be seeing these civilizations for the first time. We might start with the English variant just because I think for most people when they start getting into Age of Empires, the English is normally the first point of call. So what are some of the differences here? I already start to see some. Specifically, we've got a spearman in the Dark Age. This isn't usual.
Yeah, exactly. That's one thing that's quite different for House of Lancaster would be the roster, as well as the economy. The landmarks are mixed up, so quite a lot of differences between them and the English. And it looks like Mike, one of our balanced playtesters, is putting Felipe on the back foot with a little bit of a spear rush here, right? Trying to pressure the gold. Very interesting, right? But yeah, that's a big thing. Normal English, they have access to the Vanguard Man-at-Arm, and then the early Man-at-Arm, and then the Man-at-Arm, right? Whereas here, House of Lancaster has the generic spear line in the Dark Age.
Yeah, it's great to see the differences. And one of the other key differences, I guess, that we'll see in this expansion, or rather this DLC, is that we've got a little bit of, at least when I first saw it, I thought immediately of Age of Empires 3, because no longer do the Knights Templar age up with a landmark. Instead, they're calling upon additional support through the town centre. And that's an age up that's coming through, the Knights Hospitaller, and...
For me, just not enjoyable right now. Civs just too good. How so? The new two Civs are too good, and you don't enjoy the current state of the game right now because you are anxious about the future of the game, or just because there are two Civs that are maybe 4 Civs that are too strong right now because of pro scouts. Because that's why I stopped playing, because I like Age of Empires 4 because of diversity, and it just became too monopolized by pro scouts. It's just so fucking annoying, so boring actually. Even casting games has been a bit boring. Luckily we've been finding some games that are not around pro scouts, mainly Louis playing Ottomans. Right, but yeah, no, okay, Lancaster is by far, pro scouts wouldn't be a problem now, that's for sure. Hell on earth. I'm afraid that Lancaster will be too defensive, bro. I'm so afraid that the game will become slower. They'll be basically English on steroids. I'm so afraid of that. Rank can't open with Lancaster. Got it. It's my first time seeing the gameplay. Like, I know the buffs, I know the stats. Not the stats, I know the units. It's my first time seeing gameplay, and even before I've seen the gameplay, just because they get units buffed by keeps and they get passive income from the manors. Like, if English was already defensive and they had to make fucking farms, Lancaster, they spawn sheep. Like, the fuck? Wait until you watch BC play Puppy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Because Age of Empires 4 needs to be more exciting to watch. Right? That's why the tournaments don't grow in viewership. Because the game needs to be more entertaining and more exciting. And they keep not doing that. I don't understand.
And there's a whole bunch of bonuses that come through from them. So did you want to talk a little bit about the way that you guys went about designing this and the choices behind this? Because I love this. This is a great change and a great variant from the original French.
Yeah, so exactly. This it's a really unique concept, and we're really excited about it. So the gameplay of it is you pick between 3 allies. These would be establishing commanderies in theme, and you get a unique unit that you unlock and a permanent bonus for the rest of the game. So it's this kind of pairing of bonus and unit, and you get to build up your unique roster as you age up, and you get to kind of combo these bonuses together to kind of get your own unique twist on the Civ. So there's tons of combinations within that system, and we're really excited about it. Yeah, that's
And Puppy Paw won with only 30 villagers. Bro, I don't want to be too negative, but whoever's in charge of testing Thieves, they do a fucking horrible job. Do you remember when Sultan's Ascent came in? Japanese was broken, Zushi was broken, Order of the Dragon sucked, and Byzantine sucked. So whoever is testing these new Thieves, they're doing a awful job. Because if Lancaster is broken and Templars are not good, it will happen again. It will happen again. Like, who is making these tests? Who thinks that for example, I don't know if you guys remember, but Japanese had unlimited Yorishiros. Unlimited. I don't know if you guys remember that. Like, who plays Japanese with unlimited Yorishiros and thinks, yes, that's balanced, that's good. Like if I was, if it was me playing the game and testing, I'll be like, no, this can't be. What can happen is the testers are saying to developers, guys, it's not good. And then developers say, I don't care, or we don't have time, whatever. But it has been happening too much that these new sieves or like new upgrades come in and they break the game. HRE was pop capped with 170 units. Bro, that he was out with playing cap with 170 units. Oh my god. Bruh.
it's just a really fun system. I'm really happy with it and how it turned out. I think it's been really, really fun.
I think it's definitely going to take a while for everybody to sort of work out the best combos, because I know for me, I'm definitely more of a min-maxer. I love to try and find out what the best is, and just going in and having a look at them initially, I think at first glance I was thinking, okay, this one's going to be quite strong, this one's going to be a bit weaker, but all of them seem very viable, which is kind of rare when it comes to balance in strategy games. But let's talk a little bit about what's happening on the south side of the map, because it looks like Mike has started his own age up. Tell me about this landmark that we're seeing. This is new.
Yes, so the brand new Lancaster
Is that White Tower in Feudal Age? Right?
Castle. So it's actually pretty interesting. So it kind of interacts with the manor system, and manors are new to House of Lancaster. It's a unique building that you can build starting in the feudal age that grants you resources.
They got White Tower in Castle Age 2. No! Why they keep doing this? I don't get it.
Over time. So it's essentially an investment system where you build these buildings and you get resources over time. Now, one of the big drawbacks of this is if you...
Guys, I'm just gonna be a caster right now. I ain't gonna play the game. I'll get too frustrated. If I was getting frustrated with English and with HRE and with Pro Scouts, like, I'll lose my mind. I'll just be a caster now. Because playing against that is frustrating. But casting it, it's cool. It's like, oh, that guy is defending so well. The other guy has 30 traps, you can kill his keep, sure. No, I didn't see, but Utred is saying, it's telling me to watch. He couldn't win a single game against half of Lancaster. Bro, I don't understand. They have this great opportunity to make the game great again, and they're gonna butcher it. Like, HRE buffs without nerfing the Aachen Chapel? Horrible. Not buffing Ottomans, not buffing Byzantine, not buffing Mongols, not buffing Japanese. Horrible. House of Lancaster, super defensive and broken. Horrible. It can, yeah. Ranked can play with this, yeah. Can't happen. For what you guys saying, I totally agree.
build a lot of manors really quickly, well, you might have a lot of income, but you're not going to have any units to defend them. And the Castle Lancaster complements that very nicely. The more manors you build, the better the levies become from the Castle Lancaster, which immediately calls some units to aid you. And so it kind of has this complementary style where you can kind of invest in manors and then see if you can get away with it by building the Castle Lancaster and getting these levies out at just the right time.
Yeah, levies are something that we'll talk more about in this video, but the Castle Lancaster, or Lancaster Castle, has got 3 different levies that it can call.
The levies, okay. Because Winston, the other caster, I want to see his reaction. Because, guys, this is not personal, but I don't like Winston for one reason. There was one time the game I don't know why, but it was like a bad moment in balance, right? And he was casting a game in AGC TV, and people were complaining that the game wasn't good, and he got mad at people complaining. And I just thought, bro, do your fucking job. Like, if you don't like people complaining, make a good product. Because the consumer, he doesn't care. The consumer wants a good game. And if you get mad that your audience is mad because of your product is not good, and then the game keeps launching with balance issues, like something is not right. The perspective of whoever is doing these things is not right.
Upon, and depending on how many manas you've got will depend on how many units you get. I think you get a baseline amount of units, and then you also get additional units. So if we take a look here, you'll see that the first one that starts off gives you...
Oh, Momo, that's such the wrong time to come here. Levy 2 Demi Lancers and 1 additional for Winch Miner.
2 Demi Lancers and an additional 1 for each mana. So you could call it right now and get 2, or you could wait for all of your manas to come online and you could get 11. And that's definitely the way I'd be looking to play it.
Yeah, it's certainly a risk-reward thing. Do you want to try and wait until you have all your manas to get the maximum value out of the landmark? Or do you need the power now? Do you need them to save you? Because they train rather quickly, so it's kind of like a little safety panic button. Oh, there's a pilgrim walking south. There's
a pilgrim on the way south. Before we talk about the pilgrim, though, we'll just take a quick look at the manas because they are about to complete. And any Age of Empires 3 fans or players in the past will easily begin to identify these buildings from... Well, no, I shouldn't say easily be able to identify, but they might see some parallels from Age of Empires 3. I guess myself, as a previous Age of Empires 3 player...
It's just 2 English houses glued together. That's so funny. They just makes you spam manners, yeah, I see. And then you get a bunch of units for free.
Loved playing the Dutch, and these are reminding me a lot of the banks. The way that they generate resources means that my entire economy can be idled out by the raiding cavalry, except for these manas that are going to keep on pumping resources even though my villages aren't working. So I'm a big fan of the mana. It's a great little system, and I guess one of the key differences though is that the mana is not particularly strong. They don't have a lot of health, so you do need to be cautious with them because they are quite expensive.
Yeah, I know, and you talk about AoE3, it's funny. There are certainly correlations to the bank brought up, especially when we were in the early design phase. We were looking at how other games had handled a system like this, and of course, the Dutch came to mind, right? It's hard not to see the...
Utrecht, I was just thinking about that. I think Drongo is not out of touch. Drongo has this opportunity to talk with the developers, and he can talk shit, right? Drongo cannot speak his mind right now. Because he's given early access, he's talking with the devs online, not online, but publicly, so he can be like, hey guys, ain't this broken? Because that will hurt his relationship with the developers, right? Right? I think Drongo knows. He knows. He just can't say it. Because then the devs get offended that they did a bad job. You know what I'm saying?
Correlation there, but yeah, it's a very interesting system, and I'm really excited to see how players engage with it and interact with it. We have a lot of like balanced tunables for the future. You know, there's these texts that give you access to more, and oh, we got some action.
We indeed do. We can see one of the differences between these civilizations, or I guess one of the similarities between these civilizations and the English is that we do still have the short bow on the villager, because there are obviously differences with the variant civilizations, but there are also similarities. So one of the differences is you won't hear that town bell ringing, indicating that we're receiving that attack speed bonus. But here, it looks like Mike is taking quite a few villager losses. He's looking to try and get that last little bit of stone in the kitty. Unfortunately, loses quite a bit there. But yeah, so you don't pick up that extra attack speed, but you do still have the short bow, which gives you that little bit of defensive edge, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. There's a couple shared facets with both the English and the House of Lancaster, namely a lot of the building set, the look of some of the units.
Dude is just spamming manners, like you guys said. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already.
But yeah, like you said, there's the defensive Bierig bonus, where you get an extra arrow on your town center, and you also get bows on your vills. as well as some of the dock elements such as cheaper ships and the Admiral's tech for more range. Those are also shared assets or elements, right? But the rest of House of Lancaster is very distinct from English.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a fan favorite for many years to come. Let's talk a little bit about this unique unit that I've seen. It kind of looks a little bit like a man-at-arms. What is this unit exactly, Frank?
So that is the Hospitaller Knight. So that is the unit that Felipe has unlocked with his first Feudal Age commandery choice. So he aged up to unlock this unit, and he is making good use of it here. You'll see it probably start to heal up the next time he takes a little break, but it's a man-at-arm unit that can heal both. It can heal each other. So you see they pull out the staff and do this cool animation as they are healing each other up like a monk would. So you can see now the squad is ready to go and engage the opponent once more.
Yeah, it's a really fun unit. It takes a while to get used to, but I guess one of the other things to note is that when it comes, oh my lord, take a look at the amount of manners that we're starting to see coming out right here as well for Mike. He's doing an incredible job on the economic front. This is 9 minutes in and he's already picked up, I think, almost all of his manners. He's probably only got about 3 left to go, so definitely doing well, but this could be a painful loss for him here.
Yeah, losing the manners is really tricky. As you can see, he's built that investment, but there's the Demi-Lancers, so that first levy from the Castle Lancaster has been brought in. And so you can see it's that power you've been playing. You put yourself on the back foot by making those investments, and then this is kind of your reward for making it to this point in the game, is you get to call these units in. But yeah, we'll see how many more manners Mike is able to build this game as he has pushed off stone, and they do cost some stone. So there's a bit of competing cost in your economic growth between the town center and the manors.
They definitely do. Now, one of the things to note is that when it comes to the Knights Templar roster, it's very standard for the majority of your units. So you've got your archers, you've got your spearmen, and when it comes to your infantry, you've got these little guys right here, the Hospitaller Knights, that are going to be running as essentially your men-at-arms, at least in the Feudal Age. And they're quite effective at doing that. But let's talk a little bit about the English side and about the Demi-Lancer. This is another unique unit, or a brand new unit that we've got. So how would you describe this unit, Frank?
So it's definitely not on the same tier as a knight in terms of just raw power. It's more of like a mounted frontline, so it's armored like a man-at-arm. It has pretty low damage for how big the unit is, but has very high health pool and effective health. So you can use it as a frontline unit, but it's not going to just rip through enemy armored units and deal tons of damage in these raids. I mean, it's going to be effective, but it's not the most effective damaging unit. Somewhere between a Sofa and a Keshik, I would say.
Right, okay. And are there any ways that you can increase the damage of this unit other than just your standard blacksmith upgrades?
So the Demi-Lancer is only accessed through landmarks, so you can only get it through the levies at the Castle Lancaster and via a special army at the Wingard, which is available in Imperial Age. Otherwise, the Demi-Lancer shadow techs, as you age up to Castle Age, it'll get a little more powerful. As you go to Imperial Age, it'll get a little more powerful. It'll benefit from your standard cav techs, but also there is a unique bonus for the House of Lancaster, in which their man-at-arm replacement, the Earl's Guard, and their Demi-Lancers get additional damage from having any keeps on the field. So every keep will give them 1 more damage. So you can have 4 keeps and you'll get 4 more damage on your Demi-Lancers. It's a nice way to kind of boost.
How is the dude from the House of Lancaster ahead on villagers? He lost 4 villagers.
Them in the late game if you're able to get a bunch of keeps out.
Yes, and there is a way that you can increase that if you do go for the Berkshire, which we may potentially see today, because I've heard good things about the quality of this game from Frank. But Frank, what are the things we haven't talked about yet? As we do see the age up coming through for the Castle Age now for our Knights Templar.
The White Tower, lol.
And we also see it at the same time coming in for Mike. But we haven't talked about these little guys right here. Tell me, who are these?
Yeah, the pilgrims, right?
Who are these folks?
So these are the pilgrims for the Knights Templar.
Eng-Pt Empire for the Knights Templar.
This is one of their main economic bonuses, where these pilgrims will travel from the town center, your starting town center, the capital town center, also called the Templar what's it called? The headquarters. Yeah, the Templar headquarters.
Oh, it's so cool. You can see it on the queue.
Wait a moment there. Yeah, so they travel from the headquarters all the way to a sacred site of your choice, upon which they will celebrate and give you some
Oh, 115 and 119 gold. That's crazy.
Gold. This is a key way the Civ scales
Oh, wait. And then they disappeared.
because every
But they go back to the TC.
fortress that you build will increase the number of travelers by 1. So you want to have as many as you can, up to a maximum of 10
Well, the barracks look really cool, though, with that red color.
per trip. They spawn every minute, so you know, like trade, they will go back and forth, and therefore the distance has a very like meaningful indicator to how much gold you'll get. Whereas here, because they spawn every minute, it means that you just want to make sure they're getting as much gold as you can, and you'll get that much GPM per pilgrim, kind of. So it's a very interesting with gold per minute for the uninitiated and all my lingo. But yeah, it's a very interesting system. You have to find a way to protect your pilgrims, which can involve building fortresses and walls and keeping them safe. Notably, you can't control the pilgrims, so they're just sort of an automated system.
Oh, you can't control the pilgrims. You can't change to what sacred site they go? What?
That happens, and you have to protect them in their wild travels across the lands.
And with regard to their strength, they're actually worth quite a bit. So 119 gold, if that's coming in every minute, that's equivalent to about 3 villages. So if you were to lose these 2 pilgrims, that's the equivalent of losing 6 villages for that minute, which is substantial. That is a
I love the red color of the buildings of the Knights Templar.
huge amount of resources. So definitely prioritizing protecting the pilgrims is going to be definitely going to be an important component of any Knights Templar gameplay. So we've got a little bit of a battle that's unfolding at the moment. The White Tower is defending. Can you tell me about the differences between this White Tower and the White Tower that we'd be used to from the normal English?
So for normal English, they have the bonus where they can build units from every keep. And that is no longer a part of House of Lancaster. That is unique to English. And so the White Tower for English gives you faster production speed for that. And obviously without being able to produce units, the production speed would be rather useless. So on this version of the White Tower, you simply just get the 3 men in art. You get 3 Earl's Guards when it completes, like you would with any keep, and you get the 1 additional damage. We found that works that's just so powerful for the way that House of Lancaster plays, that's enough. With the White Tower, you get these 3 Earl's Guards, you can see them there, and they had a 1 additional damage, so you get a lot of tempo when you finish this, but it's on the field.
Yeah.
That House Unified bonus.
It's
really
great
strong.
to see. And it can be tough as well because obviously the Earl's Guard is a men-at-arms replacement, and men-at-arms are notorious for how tanky and strong they are, but now all of a sudden you're giving them extra damage. So I guess you can appreciate how careful you've got to be with something like that because, well, you know, big strong units that are all of a sudden doing lots of damage can be very painful, I can suspect, for those balance testers.
Yeah, and Earl's Guards on top of that can also throw a dagger at enemies, so the damage can be found in more than one ways, and it kind of becomes a little ranged unit, which is quite cool. Oh, we see some heavy spearmen as well, which is the unit that Felipe unlocked from the Angevin Empire, which was the Castle Age alliance he picked. The alliances we chose were pretty interesting for the commandery system. We actually studied who the Knights Templar fought with in the Crusades, and so it's roughly mapped out across the Crusades. Like, this is kind of when their most relevant alliances were. Of course, it's not perfect. Like, there's a couple mainstays throughout all the Crusades, like the English in the Angevin Empire, but we just chose some good options from each, like, era of the Crusades to kind of offer as the alliances available to the Templars. It's an interesting little tidbit there.
Yeah, they're very different. They're very versatile. I look forward to getting into the Imperial Age and talking a little bit about the Venetians if we get the chance. But tell me a little bit about this spearman that we've got. So this is a heavy spearman. How exactly does this unit work, and how do we counter it? Because these archers aren't doing a whole lot of damage to these spearmen, and normally archers counter spearmen. You can see right there, not even able to one-shot with all of these archers.
Yeah, the Yeoman not quite able to take him down because they are an armored unit. If you clicked on one, you saw that it had 4/4 base armor, so it's a heavily armored unit. It is a little bit slower than a normal spearman, but because of that armor, crossbows are extremely effective against it, as is anything with bonus against heavy armored units.
Right, so we'd be looking to counter this effectively just with the crossbow, because obviously the heavy spearman is going to be quite effective against lancers or knights. So that's going to be a key component whenever you see these units out on the battlefield, and obviously they are a bit slower as well. So even in this situation where there's no crossbow, the yeomen were easily able to kite away from the...
Yeah, as usual. ranged units stronger.
The heavy spearmen.
Yeah, the yeoman compared to the longbowman. So the longbowman, as a unique archer, gains damage in range at the cost of speed and a little bit of price, right, on the unit cost. And the yeoman is a little bit different from that. It has the range and it has increased speed, but it deals a normal damage of an archer, so it doesn't have that additional 1 damage. So it's a little bit worse against some other units in the game than the longbowman.
Yeah, we actually just saw right then the synchronized shot upgrade has now arrived for our House of Lancaster player. I'm looking forward to seeing this. It can be incredibly painful playing up against this. Can you tell me a little bit about the inspiration for how this came about, this ability?
Well, synchronized shot is just sort of like the dream, right, of all archer players, and it is like the history of longbowmen. They sort of just lined up and shot at unsuspecting foes who didn't really respect the range or the penetrative power of the longbow, right? And so synchronized shot, you can select a location on the ground for all of your longbows, your yeomen, sorry, to shoot this shot, arcing shot, and they'll all deal damage kind of in a little AoE at that point you targeted. It's extremely fun to use, if I may say so myself, and hopefully we get to see Mike using that in the near future here.
Yeah, can you tell me about the range of it as well? Because I tried to do some math. So if we look at the base range of a yeoman, it starts out at 6 tiles of range. It felt like it was about double the range of what they can actually... Oh no, what do we have here? It felt like it was about double the range, though, of a standard yeoman. Would that be accurate?
Yeah, it's pretty close. I forget the exact number. I think we had to reduce it. I think it might be 12 tiles. I don't think so. I don't believe it's 12 tiles. We might have tuned that down a little bit. I forget the exact number off the top of my head, but it is notably larger. One of the main things that the synchronized shot is good against is lightly armored units. So it's really, really effective to use that against your opponent's backline. So their archers, their crossbows, their hand cannons. It can be really devastating in that regard. Like we see there. Oh, so many units go down.
Yeah, well, that is scary. That is really scary.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool deck to see. Pretty cool upgrade.
On this sacred site, trying to defend it, trying to guarantee safe passage for those pilgrims. However, he's run into a little bit of trouble here, hasn't he?
Yeah, it looks like he's going to have enough units, though, Felipe, to clear this up. Maybe the armored spearmen there are going to be pretty good against the lower number of archers here, and maybe some of the armor techs came in for him. So yeah, it's definitely...
The armored spear look really cool as well.
Right? We saw that synchronized shot just tear apart his initial backline, and that was a challenge for him for sure.
Yeah, definitely did a lot of damage. Now, behind the scenes, while this fortress was going up, we did see another age up coming through from Mike. Looks like he has gone for... There we go. The Wingard Palace is now online. So this is different from the Berkshire. It's also different from the original Wingard Palace that you'll be used to. But there are some similarities. As an example, the crossbow, spearman, and treb combo that we all love so much, it is still available. But let's talk a little bit about these other combos that we might potentially see.
Yeah, and you're seeing one queued up already, the Garrison Command. You get to really quickly get 8 Spearmen and 1 Earl's Guard. So it's super quick and very cheap, so it's a very cost-effective way of getting a big, massive infantry out. Of course, you will need to upgrade the Spearmen to match the Imperial Age. And gone are the Wingard Ranger and the Wingard Footman, which are unique to the English. So here we have kind of some different things. We have the Earl's Guard Spearman, and we mentioned before the Demi Lancer. That is unique to Landmark, so you can only get it from the Castle Lancaster and the Earl's Retinue here. So you're able to get 6 Demi Lancers and 2 Hobilar for a pretty fair price, pretty low on gold there. So able to mass produce those heavily armored frontline units. And then the final option is the Gunpowder Contingent, which gives you 2 Randys, as you call them, I believe, 2 Ribaldicans, and 1 Culverin. You can't get Ribalds elsewhere on Lancaster, so this is the only way, is through this imported gunpowder.
Yeah, it's an important component of any army, having Ribaldicans in the back. So yeah, it was lovely to see them included. Now, there was a unit here that we haven't mentioned yet, the Hobbler. Can you tell me a little bit about the Hobbler? What is the Hobbler, and will we see it hobbling around this game?
I'm not sure if it's produced this game. I would presume at some point it will be, as it's a very important tool in the Lancaster set. It's a very, very cheap horsemen. It's a very cheap, so it's 90 total resources. 20 of that is gold, however, so that is a big difference between standard horsemen and the Hovelar. The Hovelar exchanges sort of damage and general durability for good durability against archers specifically because it has a relatively high ranged armor. Ooh, nice shot there from Mike. But yeah, the Hovelar has 3 ranged armor in the Feudal Age, which makes it very durable against feudal archers. And then, of course, that will scale up as you tier it up. So Mike doesn't have the upgrades for it yet, but as you get up to veteran and elite, that ranged armor gets very high and makes it very good against defensive arrows and against archers.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing those upgrades coming through. He's looking to pick up a couple of upgrades at the moment, +3 range attack. He's got to be careful not to lose these vills, but we see another pop coming out, the Demi Lancer. Their upgrades are really starting to shine now. Keep in mind they do Shadow Tech, as you mentioned earlier, so they are going to be having a lot of upgrades that come through for free, and now looking to hit the backline here once again with the synchronized shot. Got some good damage off there, but still wasn't able to finish them off. It looks like the cavalry will be able to finish this one off for the moment, but there's a huge amount of economy buildings that are back here for our House of Lancaster player. Is this part of... I mean, if you were to define this civilization with 3 words, would you say economy is one of those words?
Certainly, right? The manors are really, really potent, especially once you get up to 9 of them. I'm not sure how many Mike has built yet, but 9 is that max, and you can get a unique tech at them called Scuddage.
9 manors is the maximum. That's a lot, I think.
Scutage, which Mike has yet to get, which gives you a little trickle of gold. It's there on the W. Yeah.
Scutage. Lords of Lancaster levies attacks on all vassals to fund war efforts. Manor generate 40 gold per minute times 9. Holy
so that tech is
schmoly.
really nice.
It's 320 gold per minute.
Reminiscent
300
of enclosures for
60
normal English,
gold
but
per
it's
minute.
not nearly as powerful, right? This caps out at the 9, so only 360 GPM. Or gold per minute, again. Oh, the lingo. Gotta be careful, you know?
Yes. Yeah, one of the things I noticed as soon as I saw this, I said, it reminds me of coffee trade in Age of Empires 3. It looks very similar, which was an upgrade that you could get that would increase the amount of banks that you could actually have. So there was a little part of me that thought maybe it was a bit of a nod to the Dutch in Age of Empires 3, because it's very similar. I'm sure many of the Age of Empires 3 players that are still playing Age of Empires 4 will see that and immediately recognize, hey, that looks kind of similar. But let's talk a little a bit more about the north of the map. The Knights Templar, they are in the Castle Age still. Felipe is looking to go Imperial shortly, and tell me a little bit about the aesthetics that we're seeing here with the town center. These buildings look vastly different to what we saw earlier. Does this change through the ages, or is it dependent on the flags that we end up aligning ourselves with? How does it work exactly?
So essentially the entire building roster, if you will, the architecture set from French has been kind of has gotten a do-over for Knights Templar. It's repainted.
I really love the red paint.
With the sandstone bricks and
The sandstone bricks. They look awesome.
and the different colors on the roofs. In Imperial Age, it's this like really deep black, which gives it really strong contrast against other civs. It makes sure that when you're panning over the Knights Templar base, you really feel like it's a different civ. Just one of the elements of work we did to ensure that Knights Templar stand out against the base French, similar to how we did with House of Lancaster. So just little details like that we hope players appreciate when playing with these variant civs.
It looks like another fortress will come up.
The fortress look great as well.
Unfortunately, it looks like these trebuchets will be going down, though, as they've been caught out of position, and the new age up, the new alliance is coming through. Well, what's the best way to call these? Are these alliances?
They're technically called commanderies.
Commanderies.
That's the theming. So commanderies historically were kind of the source of the power of well, not just the Knights Templar, really all of the militaristic orders, right? They built these, essentially they were their headquarters in each region of the world, and they served as a source of logistics, their seats of power for regional, and very, very notably, they were the source of recruitment centers, and upon which they called all their like religious brethren in the zone, in the area that they resided, right? And they would kind of pull them together to go on long journeys, right? So it was key to the organization of the Knights Templar, and that's why they're called commanderies.
Okay, so there we go. Well, they've reached the Imperial Age with the Polish commandery. And that's going to give them access to a little bit more health on their cavalry, a little bit more charge damage, and a unique unit that will now unlock. That is not the Templar, brother. Let me see if I can... There we go. We switch it over.
Sriracha Cavalry, that's from the Poland Empire. Expensive cavalry with high damage and ranged armor. Slows enemies' attack speed when attacking. Heavy armor. Strong versus light infantry. Countered by spearmen and crossbow.
It is called the...
Okay.
Frank, I'll go ahead and let you pronounce this one right here for us.
Zlakta or Zrachta?
My pronunciation on some things is rough. I call it the Schlachta, but that might not be perfect Polish.
That sounded pretty good to me.
Forgive me.
The Schlachter. That sounds absolutely perfect. So
That's what I
these are...
That's what I did. It's probably not right.
These are expensive units. Now, how many population do they take? Are they just a one population unit? Yeah.
They're a one pop. Yeah, if it was two pop, you would see a little two with the house below the timer.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so if there's no house below, it's always implied that it's one. So yeah, that's a one pop unit. It's a very expensive knight. Kind of reminiscent in power level of the Byzantine Cataphract, but with some notable differences. They have a really, really, really strong charge damage. So their charge damage is really high, and then that stacks even further with the Polish bonus, which buffs all of your cavalry charge damage. So their charge damage is superb. Furthermore, whenever they attack a unit, their Warhammer sort of cripples.
Rule of Templars. Gain +2 charge damage per nearby charging heavy cavalry. Per nearby. Per. That's crazy.
The armor of the enemy, and that means that the attack is slower. It just kind of hinders the opponent. So they're really good in a 1v1, especially against high damage units, because their damage will effective DPS will go down quite a lot.
Okay, well, speaking of DPS, it looks like we're about to witness a lot of damage per second coming out in this battle. There's a lot of elite upgraded units, and now firing off towards the back. Look at the backline just completely melt.
Bro, that ability is so strong.
To the yeoman. We also see those trebuchets firing, and they've got some fire going on with their shots as well. Can you tell us a little bit about the trebuchets?
Yeah, so unique to Knights Templar is their trebuchet and siege effectiveness, right? The Templars were very effective in both defensive and offensive sieges. One of the things that they did very frequently, or one of the things we do in this game, sorry, is the Trebs shoot 2 shots instead of 1. It looks really, really cool, deals more damage, and it can be upgraded even further to shooting 3. And this isn't just their standard trebuchet. This also applies to the Fortress trebuchet, the one that can be mounted atop their fortress, and it applies to the Venetian trebuchet, which is a ship. So that 2-shot flaming shot is it's wide-reaching.
The Venetian trebuchet is a ship. That could be really cool in certain maps. Because if you are already controlling water, it can be very difficult for your enemy to kill those ships. So you can kill some landmarks with that.
On the ship.
Let's see if we can spot it in action. We'll try and do our best to track the boulders as they come through. And easily able to take out the mining camp there. But I have a little bit of trouble here as the cavalry comes forward. So the Imperial Age is well and truly upon us here. Mark, keep in mind that there's quite a few upgrades that you can get for these trebuchets, including one that gives them an extra attack, or at least an extra burst.
Okay, so the House of Lancaster will lose here, but these two players, I assume they are not good. So I want to see Beastie play today against the Puppy. Poopy. Where is Beastie? Is he sleeping? Ain't no sleep, bro. He's playing chess. Why is he playing chess? Maybe 4 is harder and smarter than chess. I want to see... He's playing against Louis. He's Templars versus House of Lancaster. But people were complaining about Beastie versus Puppy. Puppy, that's Louis. It's Louis. Ah, he's painting. That's so funny. He was painting a flag. I like his painting station. I want to see him versus Puppy. Puppy. That's AI. That's Puppy? No, that's against Sushi. I can see because of chat. That's just him. That's just him. No, that's Louis again. That's versus Demu. That is versus Art of War. There you go. Versus Poopy. But Poopy is playing Abracid. Here, it's Women. There you go, Poopy. Poopy Paw. Moo. Moo moo.
Hey, do I have a future if AoE 4 doesn't work out? Now what do we do?
Okay, there you go. Beastie, but Beastie's Lancaster versus Templars. So does he win?
GG and
No,
is
that was quick.
to do that.
Beastie's already Imperial, but it was still Castle. Welcome to stream, everybody. We're checking the new Civs play by Beastie and Puppy Paw. So many new techs. What the hell? Gaia? Oh, so I'm assuming he wins because he's Imperial. Right. Yeah, he just wins.
Doing this.
Okay. And then he's Templars again. Versus Avacid, too easy.
Like, you know what the funny thing is? Do I even? I don't. Do I? Let me see where he's building the landmark. Or more arches.
Does he lose as Delhi? Oh, damn! That Lancaster army is crazy! Oh, well, the wall goes through! Wait, no, he killed everything. He can stop those units, I see. So he loses, I think.
They have movement speed? What's the archer movement speed, actually? Let me check.
He's killing the elephants with the archers, bro. That's insane.
Wow.
Wow. This is reaction. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Look how fast they are. Look at
Yeah.
this. They're like Yumi archers.
Bro, they dodge Mangonel so easy
That's crazy.
in the hands of a pro. That's insane. So BC now goes HRE, full power. BC goes full power.
Inside.
Now he goes French.
I am pretty sure that the last DLC, people were losing with the new civs against old civs. So I think
No, because Japan was broken, Zushi was broken, JD was broken too, Byzantine sucked, Lord of the Dragon sucked, IUBits were okay.
this is legit the first time where... And maybe fast.
Oh, there you go.
After
That's
that.
okay. That's the game people were complaining. Okay. Okay, guys. I'll go to the kitchen, put my dishes, and we go caster mode here. Hi everybody, we are back. So let's analyze the game here. That people are complaining. Beastie with HRE struggled a lot versus Puppy Paws House of Lancaster.
Idea is 2TC doesn't work, aggro doesn't work. So I need to try some different style. The only style that's remaining, by the way, is Fast Castle. If this doesn't work with Holy Roman Empire, then good luck you Pepegas on the ladder in the upcoming weeks. Good luck to you. Because
That's very true. If Beastie playing HRE can't beat House of Lancaster, it will be very tough.
like, I'm not saying what Poppy Boy is doing. I played House of Lancaster earlier. What House of Lancaster does requires active 4 brain cells, okay?
Behari. Ja. Ja, du. Ja. Behari. Guiso. Ja. Boodschapie? Yo. Reiti. Hier. Eeniete. Zihu ama. Behari. Yo.
Found 5 fucking sheep.
Boodschapie. Yo. Ja. Itari. Ja. Reiti. Ja. Jezus. Avgaduia. Ja. Reiti. Yo.
Bro, I'm going naked Fast Castle. I'm not even gonna make a tower. I'm just fucking sending it.
Boodschapie. Zihu ama. Hier. Reiti. Ja. Behari. Jezus. Was? Ja. Hoe boodschapie? Nee. Ritari. Ja. Reiti. Yo. Behari. Rita.
I really wanna push this deer pack into my TC.
Boodschapie.
But he's probably gonna come and kill it. And I would go push it now, but I'm still finding sheep here, so...
Ja. Reiti. Rita. Ja. Eeniete. Boodschapie. Ja. Behari. Riso.
By the way, I don't even remember the HRE buffs except for the black... what is it called? Black Rider? Black Knight?
It's the mini Akan Chapels.
I'm getting a lot of sheep, that's really good. I got 9 sheep, 10, 11 sheep. Okay. Probably not gonna find more, I'm just gonna go back. I'm gonna push the deer. Yeah, I don't want to there's their mini chapel. I remember that.
Yeah, also BC was so smart with Sabathon right before DLC. Because people are hella bored about the game, and now he's showing and playing new sieves and new balance patch, so everybody watches there. It's incredibly smart. Great tactical marketing strategy.
Come on, inspire.
Yeah, also, once again, I'm going to support Vortex when he said that we need more consistent updates. We can spend 2 months with Pro Scouts being that strong, you know. Because then it doesn't matter if the game has great content. If it takes 3 months to change something that it's making players go away, players will go away. Like for 3 months, you know.
Castle Rush. Look at his Castle Rush. Look at the timing.
Wait, he's already...
12.
Wait, no? Huh? Mystic. Relax, Mystic, relax. Guys, we are watching Beastie playing as HRE, the buffed HRE, versus House of Lancaster. Because a lot of people are complaining about this. People are already complaining on Reddit as well. And of course we have the deniers that they have no game sense. Because from what I've heard, they've seen, House of Lancaster is broken.
I might get a deer pack on my chapel. Crazy. Forward chapel, not great, but you know, we got other stuff that is good.
Delikavus,
Watch this age up. Watch this age up. Watch it.
It's gonna age up. Yeah, it's pretty good. At 6 minutes. Not 5:30. No units, no pro scouts. Bro, at 5:30 it's ridiculous. Nerf HRE, bro, come on. No, or okay, don't nerf HRE, just buff everybody else. I prefer that totally.
What I'm talking about.
Into Regnitz, and Regnitz now it's a mini Aken. EU Mahaba.
Oh my god, you idiot!
The prelate scared the deer. I see. Butascafi. Butascafi.
I don't know where the other relics are.
Okay, so Poppy is still feudal. He's not denying the relics. Chad saying he'll pop the Demi Lancers now.
He's going toward. Okay, he might be here. Yeah.
Yeah, he sees the scout, so he assumes he's coming middle, which might be the case. It's 740. BC already has 3 relics, which is insane. And the deer pack under Aken. No farms though. He's gonna go Cav. Spearman. Trying to harass the prelate. Spearman goes away. Prelate comes in again. That will be the 5th relic for the beastie, actually. That's insane. How does he lose? I mean, I'm pretty sure he doesn't get 5 relics. If he loses with 5 relics, that's insane. Yeah, chat. If HRE can't do it, nobody can. So HRE basically was the villain, and now it's the hero that we need, because there is a stronger villain. Chat saying 5 relics gonna be GG. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. Oh, he loses 1 relic though?
3? Dude, I'm cranking. That's right, that's my HRE. That's my HRE, baby. Hey! In before I get...
No professional scouts, yeah. So no 5 relics though. Oh, the Demi Lancers. Because you get a bunch of them by a cheap price, right? Because you can only have them out of landmarks once or twice. And yeah, that's true. BC also got 4 relics under 10 minutes, which is insane. The knight should be healed there, and the prelates should be able to take care of that. Wololo, wororo. See with units. 3 units, ladies and gents. So that's the 5th relic. Confirmed. 3, I don't see the other one. The other one was right there. It's now walled. But it's not there, so maybe Beastie got it? Because Puppy is still H2. Everyone is fine until Timu Lancers. Real shit. Those Timu Lancers are the worst. Wait, it's now they're real Lancers now. With because they are shadow upgraded. Ah. Everybody gangsta until Springle Tower appears, yes? Confirmed. Confirmed, brother.
Was soll ich flicken?
Oh, BC is going Imperial! No way! With Elbach. Oh, I wonder... Maybe that's why he lost, by not going Schwabia? Because if he... Because... It's in... No, that's Schwabia, never mind. At 11 minutes! That's so stupid! With 4 Lancers. And he made prelates too. Yeah, I'm not playing this game ever again, guys. Never. I'm gonna just be casting now. Fuck it.
Nicht gelistet das. Braucht man aber zu unserem Ziel
Oh. So he doesn't even have the 5th relic. Damn. He's Lannister. Of freaking Game of Thrones. He's Lannister on 2TC. I don't know. BC didn't even scout the enemy base. He doesn't need to. I think he'll scout soon though. Oh shit, his villagers, bro. Heal!
Gehorsamkeit zur Tugend ist ein Segen. Höret alle zu! Dein Wille wird meine Schritte führen.
Was hast du nötig?
Wir werden Befehl gehabt, Männer. Befehle mir. Ich gehe den Weg der Gerechtigkeit.
Ja, bin bereit zu einem Befehl.
Höret die Befehle. Höret alle. Gut. Alle ziehen ab. Für die nächste Aufgabe.
Ja, bin bereit.
Die Füße. So, Genossen.
Höret alles zu. Befehl zu kommen. Ich lasse
Ehre zu dienen. Der Befehl ist vergessen. So sagt ihr nicht willkommen.
Wer rastet, der rostet. Ich bin
Gehorsamkeit. Füße gehen den Weg.
Ja, bin bereit zu einem Befehl.
Okay, everything is looking good for Beastie, but also he's not scouting the enemy, so we have no idea what he's doing.
Ich ziehe nach deinem Befehl. Befehle. Ich bin bereit zu Befehl zu kommen.
He might have insane army and we don't know. BC floating gold? Of course, with 4 relics.
Gute Arbeit. Schöner Brauch. Was hast du nötig von mir?
Wir haben Befehle, die kommen. Brüder, Pflichten werden uns gegeben. Ein Befehl hören
Was hast du nötig von mir?
Befehlchen. Wer rastet,
Gebe
der
auf.
rostet. Hören alles zu.
Wer
Befehlchen
rastet,
kommen.
der rostet.
Wir werden Befehlchen vorwärts.
Ja,
Hören alle zu. Wir bekommen Befehlchen.
höre nicht auf.
Nun genug. Befehlchen kommen. Hören die Befehle. Wir werden Befehlchen haben.
Bereit für die nächste Aufgabe.
Der rastet, der dein Wunsch ist mein Wille. Was hast
bin
du
bereit
nötig
für
von mir? Wir haben Befehl. Ich kenne meine Pflicht.
Wer rastet?
Gebet ab. Befehlchen kommen. Hören die
Ja,
Befehlchen.
bin bereit zu einem Befehl.
Wir werden Befehlchen haben. Nicht ein Wille, ich gehe nicht. Eine Manche stehen bereit. Die Füße gehen den Weg zur Tugend. Wir haben Befehlchen, die kommen. Gehorsamkeit zur Tugend. Nun genau. Der rastet, der rostet. Ja, ja. Wir haben Befehlchen, die kommen.
Höret alles zu. Gebet auf.
Brüder, Zeit zum Hören die Befehle. Der Befehl ist gegeben. Nun genau.
Wer rastet, der rostet. Ja, was hast du nötig?
Ja,
Würdet alle...
Unsere Sache ist Fehlerschritt Stoßgart und denket an die Beute. Ihr Ritter sind bereit.
hören alle zu. Wir bekommen Befehlchen.
Rittergehilfen, vorwärts. Verstecket euch. Ritter bereit für Stoßgart und denket an die Beute. Wir werden Befehlchen haben, Männer. Wir werden
Okay, everything is looking alright.
Befehlchen bekommen.
Right, everything is looking good. If he wants to make the Black Riders... Wait, he already has keeps?
Genossen, ich gehorche und reite fort.
Oh, there you go, yeah, lol. So he can only make 5 riders, though. That's the thing. People were complaining about the riders. But for you to have 10 riders, you need 2 keeps, which is 1,600 stone. Right, so... I mean, it's a big investment just to be able to have them.
Ich kenne meine Pflicht. Und ich mein volles Ross läuft. Eine Ehre zu dienen. Ich mache jeden Befehl. Gehorsam.
Yeah, I think BC is not scouting enough. He has no idea what Puppy Boy is doing. Because knowing what the enemy is doing will change how you play and what you do.
Was hast du nötig von mir?
He's spamming men at arms and black riders, but right now he can only have 5 riders. He's getting more stone though. To drop on that front gold, maybe the big one. 435 APM though. That's crazy. But that APM meter sometimes I have 400 APM on that APM meter. It's like no, nah, it's not accurate. But maybe he's not using this. Maybe it only looks like the same one I'm using.
Gebet acht, Befehlchen kommen.
Höret die Befehl vorwärts. Verstecket euch nicht hin. Nun, Genossen, geben den Strafe. Saget euer letztes Befehl. Nun, vorwärts. Nun,
Hören alles zu.
Yeah, he's going for more keeps. Yeah, that makes sense. Because like this game is unfair. Yeah, I'm watching it. Bro, until they nerf HRE, I'm not playing this game again. Because yes, Lancaster is broken, but HRE as well. Beast 20 Impale at 11 minutes, bro. 11 minutes. Ridiculous.
Bereit zum Ausreiten. Reite vor.
höret die Befehl.
Lancaster needs nerfed first, yeah. From what I've seen, bro, BC lost every game that he did against Lancaster. That's insane. And into the ground, bro. I don't want to be repetitive, but it's all about what once was a problem with Maldins in English, which is just passive income under the base, and they keep doing it. Like, I don't understand how they don't understand that that's a problem for the game. It's so simple in my perspective. And it's the same problem with Pro Scouts. Like, you have a bunch of food under your base, and then with Ruse, for an example, you have passive income with a bunch of deer under your base. That's the problem, right? And they just keep doing it. Things like that. They just... Somebody needs to tell them to stop. They need to hire me to tell them, bro, stop. To slap them in the face while they're doing this shit. Mullins wasn't really a problem, you can punish it. True, yes. It was easier to punish than English and now Lancaster. Yes, but if you couldn't punish, it would be a problem. Fundamentally, that was the same problem. But yeah, it was easier to punish because their units were weaker. And they didn't have free keeps. Yeah, Lancaster's these buildings, hot cows, totally. Yeah, Mullins, you burn and kill cow. Yeah, exactly. You burn pit mines. And Mullins, you have pit mines out of the base. Right? So, it's not under the base. Oh, there we go. Puppy Paw out of nowhere appears with a huge army and then starts moving the backline with it. Well, the problem is that ability. That ability is too strong. Lancaster is all buildings under TC. Yeah, like, ridiculous. That ability is, yeah. I've seen that in multiple games. It's so strong. Because ranged units were already very strong and hard to punish, and now as Lancaster you can punish the enemy archers. So there is nothing to counter your archers effectively. Oh, Beastie is molding inside. He's molding inside, you can see it. Yeah, HRE men-at-arms can chase yeoman. That's true. Because basically, they made a good Japanese archer. They made a Japanese archer that actually does damage because of the movement speed. Yes, it's more expensive, but this game is about economy. It doesn't matter. Right? Like, it being a bit more expensive makes no difference because they have a bunch of passive eco. Yeah, yeoman artifacts. Bro, I saw Puppy Paw dodging mangonel shots with yeoman like it was nothing on the previous game. Insane. It has range, why is it fast? True. It's a total disrespect for Japanese. Yeah, A4 devs need to hire me to slap them in the face. When they think this is okay, I'll just slap them. They're like, okay, you're right, you're right. With moderate force, not too much. Because I don't understand how they think this is okay. And the thing is, BC is not scouting, so I don't know what the hell is going on at the base of Puppy Paw. There you go, Riders raiding, I mean. BBR, Big Black Riders.
Yeah! Motherfucker!
Yeah, and we can cast this game because we don't have access to the thingy. I would like to see like Puppy Paw's base and whatnot. Maybe Beastie will do an overview of the game. Yeah, I'm very excited to cast these games, not to play it. God damn it. There you go! Aachen buffed farms outside of Aachen. Because if they nerf Aachen Chapel, I'm totally in favor of these new changes. It's beautiful if they nerf Aachen Chapel a little bit. But if they don't, it's gonna be too strong as well. But I really like the fact that you can have more buff around the map. That's really good. I really like that, actually. Because then it will force the enemy player to attack in different parts of the map as well, making the game feel more alive. I like that. And Puppy Paw was complaining in his own stream. What? HRE wasn't good enough in Imperial Age? Had to give them this? And he's about to win, he doesn't know. It's a change that wasn't needed. No. But it's welcome. Just to make the game more dynamic, because the game really needs to be more dynamic, especially for viewership. For viewership purposes. BC still has a crazy eco. 2k food, 4k gold. HRE is good already. Yes. That's why I'm saying for those changes, they have to nerf Aachen and Schwabia. Like, Schwabia shouldn't be cheaper, never. No, it's not needed for HRE, but it's needed for the game. For the game to be more dynamic, more exciting to watch. Because sometimes it's really not good to watch. We have to be honest about that. Yeah, we're talking about it. Yeah, that's what I said. The game needs it, not HRE. That's why it's stupid. Why did they do it on HRE, right? There were so many civs that could receive these type of buffs, right? And they could make the game better by making other civs better. No, let's make HRE better. Like, I need to talk with the developer and ask them those questions. Why HRE? Why? Why not Japan? Why not Ottomans? Why not Mongols? You know, like, yeah, Ottoman, Mongols, Japan, totally. Order of the Dragon, bro. Yeah, like, why not them? Why HRE? You know what I'm saying? That's the same as giving English a free keep in Feudal Age. You know what I'm saying? It's just, they already have a free keep in Castle and Imperial, and instead of giving the free keep to another civ, you give it to English. It's like, why? Like they did to Lancaster. Like they did to fucking Lancaster. They gave it in feudal, bro.
Gut, nun, Genossen, gebet Acht.
Wir waren noch befehligt, Dorfman.
Nun, Genossen, gebet Acht. Wir werden nicht gehorche und reite fort. Wir stehen unter Feindbeschuss. Ein höre die Befehl vorwärts.
Twitch chat asking, did we zoom in? Did we? It looks normal. But sometimes you zoom in by mistake when you're moving around a lot in your mouse.
Kenne meine Pflicht. Ich heiße euch willkommen.
Ja, Fiat!
Der Befehl ist gegeben. Höre die Befehle.
Oh damn! Bro, so many ranged units and so many Randys! Okay, because you get Randys from the Vanguard. How is he able to spam so much Randys? So many Randys, I mean. That's insane! And then there is no way for you to kill the Randys because your horseman will just die to the ranged units. Now, somebody was saying maybe the problem is Yeomans and not Eriko. It's both. It's both. No vills, just units. Yeah.
Gehorche und reite.
I guess they need to make them more like Malians, where it's easier to kill that passive income. Right? Maybe the manners need to be around something specifically like Malians. Oh! Bro, insane army. Yeah, I see the problem. I see the problem. But also it's because BC went fast Imperial, so he wasn't able to really attack them earlier on. Maybe if BC attacked them earlier on... Yeah, I need to see more... I mean, but BC did that in other games, right? BC did that in other games.
Verordnungen nun. Ich gehorche aufs Wort. Wir Ritter sind da. Und Ritter, wir stehen unter Feindbeschuss. Ritter.
Lagerungsrüstzeuge sind wartet auf den Schussrüstzeuge.
Unsere Sache ist marschiere zu Ehre, Edelmänner.
Ihre Schüsse
Kommen Befehlchen. Ritter bereit.
Belagerungsrüstzeuge sind
Rittergelüst marschiert mit Ehre.
Dorfmänner bereit und
Unsere Sache, ihr Ritter, eine Ehre zu dienen. Greifet an. Ich kenne meine Pflicht. Unsere Sache ist Ritter bereit. Ihr Ritter sind Ritter. Ritter, unsere Sache ist würdig, Ritter. Ich gehorche auf Rittergelüst. Ritter bereit.
Alright. BC is lacking a lot of units. He's gonna lose so many villagers over there. BC is also spamming the Black Riders, which is probably not great versus the Yeoman. They're great for raiding, though, because villagers can't really run away from them. Yeah, BC can't dive that. It's ridiculous, actually. They're melting the cavalry! How? Because of the Randys, I guess. But only one Randy is attacking. The other three Randings are not attacking, look. The other three Randings were not attacking.
Ich gehe den Weg der Gerechtigkeit. Gehorsamkeit.
ja, ich handle so, wie du befiehlst.
Ich gehorche. Ritter, ihr Ritter sind bereit zum Kampf. Befehl. Rittergelüst marschiert mit Ehre.
Wir warten auf Befehle, Dorfman.
Dein Wille wird dein Wunsch ist mein
Höret alle zu.
Twitch chat saying, Puppy Law or Nico now? Somebody tells that chatter that Puppy doesn't need Nico.
Ich liebe Weißwurst.
Ich kenne meine Pflicht. Ritter in gute Ordnungen tun. Eine Ehre.
Puppy's out of gold? I mean, it doesn't matter. He's killing me with fucking longbows, basically, and just siege.
Yeah, bro, that hurts so much. I think BC had to attack a bit earlier, but if he did that in other games it didn't work, I see. Bro, look at you guys saw the shot!
This Civ is beyond broken. Holy fuck. I am HRE with 4 relics. Making
Maniacans.
knights and the new broken unit, and I literally cannot move him, dude. I literally cannot move his army, and he's fighting in range of bombard towers with relics inside. What the fuck are we doing?
And Beastie has resources, yeah, so like Beastie's struggling economically. It's just a matter of army. Look at that! So many archers, bro! Lombos, basically. Oh, huge mangonel shots though, that's good.
This Civ is so broken. Oh
Bruh.
my fucking Christ.
So folks, can we now mold the bot lane caster and leave HRE alone for a while?
Guys,
Yes,
I
we
had
can.
full map control. I did like a 12-minute Imperial.
11. He started edging up at 11.
These gotta go. These are beyond broken. These gotta go.
He can't reach the siege, bro. He just
Like, look how
can't.
fast they are. That's the problem. For some reason, they have a movement speed of like a fucking... like,
Yumi
I
Archer.
don't know, like a Speedy Gonzalez.
Hey, Speedy Gonzalez, what a throwback to my childhood.
I don't know, brother.
Best Looney Tune character, Speedy Gonzalez. After Bugs Bunny, of course.
That's crazy.
That's insane, bro. So many units, but people, it's basically not losing anything. It's GG, Beastie, just give up, come on. I want to see the stats. I want to see the eco stats. Beastie's going for more keeps, okay. This goes an hour. No. Yeah, it does. Holy shit! I'm glad you told me, bro. I remember you telling me earlier. Busy just sat in there for half an hour suffering. I guess he was trying a different composition.
You and what army?
He's suffering, bro. He's hurting inside. He's like, he's baffled. He doesn't understand what's going on. Doggo in the back. I guess Marika is going to walk the doggo. She had a jacket, or maybe she came back from walking the doggo. Bro, they snipe. Oh no, it was the coverings. Never mind. Yeah, going archers against those units, it's tough. Bro, BC still has a lot of eco though. 15k food, what the
I have never seen this terrible balancing in this game.
Yeah.
This is legit the worst Civ balance I have seen in all of it before. This includes JD on release.
Ah.
That is...
JD on release was insane. You couldn't kill it. You guys remember? You couldn't kill it. This is insane. If maybe he just played a lot against it and he's frustrated, but I could see that.
This is absolute, like, bottom of the barrel
Bullshit.
I cannot believe that this just happened.
They need new testers, bro. They need to hire me, I'm telling you. He has 8 production buildings, no way. That can't be true. Beastie! Beastie! The worst balancing in the game ever. Insane. Ridiculous. Misty! Misty! I have 40 vills throughout the game. Oh my god. Assim é foda, véi. Assim é foda, véi. No way. No way. Oh! Oh. Drongo will be happy. Drongo loves cheese. He's a great caster, but he loves Siege. He loved to play Chinese when it was broken. He loved to play English when they were cheesy. He's gonna love this. He's gonna love this. They released it broken on purpose. Players will want to buy the DLC, just like new characters in fighting games. I wouldn't be fucking surprised. Oh, my camera. My camera. I wouldn't be surprised, guys. I wouldn't be surprised. Because they are scummy. They want to make money, so Microsoft invests more into them. I don't know. But yes, they will sell the DLC, but then people will not play. You know. Yeah, exactly. I got nothing to harass. It's all buildings. Infinitely. It's all buildings. That's the villager count, I think. No. Oh, bro, I want to punch the screen right now. Look at Beastie's on 52 villagers? No, 150. 150? Puppy Paw is on 60 villagers. Then he loses and he loses. And he's on like, I can see, but I would assume like 30. Then he comes back to 40, yeah. They release it broken on purpose. I wouldn't be surprised just to bring people in. Because when Sultan's Ascent came, Japanese was broken, JD was broken, and Zushi was broken as well. Yeah, and for example, me and my girlfriend, we used to play a lot Pokemon Unite. And like 2 years ago, they released Mewtwo, and Mewtwo was broken too, and the game saw a rise in numbers because a lot of people just wanted to be stronger than others. So they just bought Mewtwo, because you had to buy Mewtwo, not because the game is free to play. And I think they're doing the same here. They're exploiting the weak nature of certain people to just feel superior to other players by buying the DLC.
Bro, guys,
Yeah, hopefully they patch it before long, otherwise it will affect the game totally.
30 villagers for the past 20 minutes.
They have to, yeah. I believe they will fix it. They have to, yeah. BC got 50k more food almost.
Look at the income.
BC got 33k more gold.
I wanna really dent.
Beastie got more resources. 16k more wood, almost 50k more food, 43k more gold, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, but Papipo has no vills, true. And he gets 100k food with no vills.
This into everyone's head, okay? I wanna really. I need you to listen to me. I need you to listen to me. I just played Holy Roman Empire with 4 cathedral relics.
Buffed HRE, buffed.
With 60 villagers on food and their chapel. All of it was on their chapel. All of it. I only got 40,000 more food with 60 villagers on food. Let's think about that. I chopped, let's see how many woodlands. 1, 2, 3 big ones. I chopped his woodline, 4.5 big ones.
Buffed HRE, yeah. Every other sieve have no chance, yeah. No chance. Yeah, I think if BC attacked a bit earlier, maybe he could do it. I don't necessarily hate the idea. Nobody wants a lukewarm sieve on release. Yeah, I understand. I think that's what most people think. I don't mind, because I'm very passionate about balance, but most people want something that feels hot and different. Yeah, they just can't leave it for long. Totally agree.
I have chopped 1, 2, let's say this is a half, 2.5, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 small wood lines, 4.5 big ones. He has chopped 1.5 big, 5 small ones. Let's look at the wood economy. I barely have more. I have 16k more. That's it. Stone, he didn't even mine it. He didn't even mine it at all.
Yeah, balance has been good. I think Pro Scouts ruined it a lot. Because with Pro Scouts, you had Rus, Zushi, China, French, and JD that were miles above everybody else. I think Pro Scouts, before Pro Scouts, it was better. It was just a meta. Yeah, it was just, but it took too long. It took too long. It can't. It's just like Vortex said. Like metas that are like that, kind of toxic, they can't be that long. Right.
Gold. What gold did he get? I'm gonna find the mining camps right now. He got maybe 3 small golds. Maybe 3 small golds, right? He didn't get big golds. He got half of the big gold, sorry. So he got 4 small golds, which is equivalent to 16,000 gold. And he had 1 relic. Let's say that 1 relic gave him 5,000
Welcome to the stream. Welcome.
gold. It didn't, but let's say. Let's just put it 20k. He got 20,000 fucking gold from Manners. And now this is the kicker. This is the real kicker. Are you ready for this? The amount of units he has produced out of this broken-ass fucking landmark.
Yeah.
He
The Vanguard.
actually had more resources than me. That's the coolest part about this game. He had more resources than me. Because this shit is diarrheaing
Yeah.
like 10 units at a time for the cost of like 600 resources. It's absolutely mind-boggling. I cannot believe that this game is real, by the way. I just can't. If you add the value he got from that landmark, he has more resources
Yeah, makes sense.
than me with 30 villagers. How did this go past the fucking testing phase?
Yeah, I don't know.
By the way, again, I am HRE. Imagine, God forbid, if I played a fucking non-broken Civ. Imagine if I played like a French, or imagine if I played like something with worse economy. With what? How do you kill this? Like, the only way for me to hurt his eco is to go behind his base with siege units and kill those fucking manners with like 3,000 health.
That's insane.
What?
Call the devs, Beastie, call the devs.
By the way, I'm not even talking about the fact, okay? I am not even talking about the fact that we have been fighting under 2 keeps, Bomber Tower, and a Spring Tower, with relics for 40 minutes, and I kept losing every fight. I'm not even talking about that. That is absolutely in-fucking-sane. But you know what the funny part is? If I go man at arms, okay? So let's think about this. First of all, I went the most expensive army, which was knights.
He's right. He's super right.
The mounted hand
He's
killers,
right.
and I lost for like 20 minutes straight.
And somebody in chat said that people didn't have the lords, the manor lords, the Lancaster lords. I forgot what they do, but I think they will buff even more, right?
If I go men at arms, spearmen reduce the armor of men at arms by 2/2, and then these guys can actually just kite them because for some reason they have a fucking insane movement speed. So these guys can just kite the men at arms and then do the bukkake shot and kill them all.
Bro, you really have dented people. Somebody was saying, it's like a skill issue to me, maybe just in the fights or something. And BC just said he was fighting under keeps with bombard towers. Like, he should win those fights. That's the problem. Some people are just really dented, man. And can't understand.
I can't. That is it. I can't.
It needs to be fixed now, not... Yeah,
Guys,
if
at
they
the
take...
peak of JD, I was not
If they take a couple weeks, it will kill the game. Or the DLC, at least.
this shocked. At the peak of broke, you know when JD would come in, click Q, and kill half of your army? That did not shock me as much as this did. Bro, I cannot believe that. Like, I need to...
He needs to relax. Oh, that's why he went to play chess. That's why he went to play chess. He needs to relax.
This is easily the most broken Civ I've seen in my life. It's like playing against
He's writing to the devs.
JD on release combined with orcs at their peak in Warcraft 3 and Zerg Broodlord Infestor era in Wings of Liberty.
Drongo drooling now.
That's
Yeah.
what I just played against.
Drongo loves his cheese.
I just gave them feedback on the Civ.
Drongo ruins the game. Yeah. He, by his lack of backlash, by his lack of backlash, by his lack of backlash, totally. He just too sugarcoat. He hyping up this crap, totally. Bro, but he can't bite the hand that feeds him. I'm sure he thinks it is broken too, but he can't bite the hand that feeds him. I guarantee you, after a couple of weeks this goes live, if they don't fix it, he will say something. Because now he can, because everybody is. But he's being played to promote it. He cannot bite the hand that feeds him. He has 3 kids, he wants to make more, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, he shouldn't be hyping up this crap. He shouldn't. Totally shouldn't.
Who am I texting? I'm messaging devs.
No way. I told you he's messaging devs. Please.
That is batshit insane. I can't. Bro, I feel like my hair's falling out.
I feel like my hair is falling out. Too much stress.
this. Guys, I wanna emphasize this. The only time I have seen this Civ lose was to a feudal all-in. Every game I have played, or that the opponent played past castle, also Lancaster won.
Okay.
Wow. To win. Of course I do. Pop it. I'm switching to them.
This is happening tomorrow. Beastie is going
Villager
to be a villager
cosplay.
class.
No
It's going to
way.
be amazing.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys all enjoy seeing Beastie in his wonderful little villager outfit. Very nice.
Okay, so then he goes.
This is a plan.
then
Whoever
he's-
wins more. So it's me versus Twitch chat.
All right, all right. Man. All right, guys. Everybody watching on YouTube will now be ending the stream, and then I will be playing Pokemon Black 2 Nuzlocke. So if you're watching on Twitch, we'll be keep going. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching the E4 stream. We will be back tomorrow with more E4 content. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you on the next one.